And on the hill for the Jazz, number 14, Dominick Anderson.
Hamilton Joe's baseball is live and on the air, and we are back at Foundation Field for the first home game of the 2021 GLSCL season. It's the Hamilton Joes as they take on the Richmond Jazz. Good evening, everyone. Luke West-Pulley, Sam Newcomb alongside. And Sam, the Hamilton Joes really looking to give the fans something to cheer about after a tough loss on the road last night.
Yeah, yesterday's game was a tough game. The Joes had the lead majority of that game down in Florence. They only had one hit from the third inning on. They really need to get the bats going and get consistent throughout the game. But yeah, it's a long season, 43-game schedule on hand, and it's exciting to have the fans back out here at Foundation Field. And Hamilton Joes versus the Richmond Jazz should be a fun one.
Yeah, some of that momentum for the Joes kind of fizzled out after a really hot start yesterday in those first few innings. We'll see if having the home fans on their side tonight can help to extend that past the first few innings. Let's look at the lineup for the Richmond Jazz. Batting first today will be Tyler Borges, the second baseman. Batting second will be the shortstop, Cale Chatham. Batting third, the designated hitter, Ben Huber. In the cleanup spot, the right fielder, Austin Dietering. Andrew Dietz will bat fifth at first base. Batting sixth will be the left fielder, Gerald Buchanan. Batting seventh will be Braden Owens, the third baseman. Batting eighth will be the catcher, Chandler Skelly. And rounding out the lineup for the Richmond Jazz will be the center fielder, Leandre Turner, batting ninth. So the Joes will get warmed up here on the mound today. For Hamilton will be Sam Klein. It's his first action he's going to see for the Joes this season. Sophomore out of Ball State University, Bloomington, Indiana. Appeared in 11 games for the Cardinals this year. Did not start any. Had a record of 1-0. Pitched 14 innings in Mid-American Conference play this year.
Yeah, and he rocks a fastball slider change, so a good pitch mix there from Klein. Like you said, out of Ball State, had a 1.70 whip. Should be exciting times here in Hamilton. Like we mentioned earlier, lost game one, but trying to get back on track and get the win in front of this great home crowd on hand.
So we're awaiting first pitch here. Something that is to note here that Alex Kerr, as we mentioned, normally was a relief pitcher this year for the Cardinals over at Ball State, or Samuel Klein, rather. So we'll see how long the Joes will let him go today.
Yeah, Casey Grimm, he pitched 3 innings yesterday. Like you mentioned, this is Klein's first start in a while. He didn't start any games at Ball State, so we'll see how long of a leash he'll have. I'll probably say 2 or 3 innings max. I was talking to the coaches last night after the game. They want to get everybody settled in, get some playing time, and kind of get the feel of what their season's going to look like.
Absolutely, yeah. Talking to Ryan Finnerty last night, he was just talking about getting everyone some reps early on in this season. The Joes pitched 5 yesterday. We're underway here in the first pitch. Borges is lifted up over to the first base side, running over to get it there. For the Joes will be Garrett Staten. He'll make the play for the first out.
Nothing better than a first pitch, and then a first pitch, 1 out, just like that for Sam Klein, and settling in pretty nicely and smoothly to start things off here at Foundation Field.
So now coming in will be the shortstop, number 21, Cale Chatham. Jazz in their road blue uniforms, gray pants, blue socks. First pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, this Jazz team last night, a run ruled the Xenia Scouts 12-2 in 7 innings, so they can hit the ball, but we'll see how they can hit against Sam Klein today.
Second pitch fouled back near the Joes dugout to the screen for strike 1. And as you mentioned, so run rules will happen this year in the GLSCL, and we saw our first one last night in the 12-2 victory for the Richmond Jazz at home against the Xenia Scouts, as that one is up and away for ball 2.
Chatham, who's batting right now, batted .365 on the season at LaGrange College, so he can really hit the ball.
Next pitch in there is fouled off into the parking lot, so the count moves up to 2-2.
Back-to-back days are beautiful days for some baseball, though.
Yeah, great baseball weather. The sky's clear. It's 86 degrees at first pitch. This one's fouled back to the screen again, so staying alive here will be Cale Chatham. We'll go again. Count stays at 2-2. Mr. Redlegs made an appearance. Just saw him walk into Foundation Field a moment ago.
Pretty sure the Reds got the win today, too.
They did. This one's up, a check swing, and first base umpire Joseph Kimber is going to say that Chatham held up. So now count full at 3-2.
Joe's walked 7 batters last night, trying to avoid giving up a 1-out walk here.
Here's the payoff pitch. This one's sent to the second base side. On to first. Play made by Staten, and will retire Chatham for the second out.
Staten is a magnet for the baseball right now, getting the 2 outs in the inning thus far.
Yeah, he's got both balls hit into fair territory. We're right to him thus far. Now coming in will be the designated hitter in the 3 spot for the Jazz, Ben Huber.
The Joes last night only had 1-2-3 inning. Looking to do that here in the top of the first.
He fouls this one off first base side. Nice barehand grab by the Jazz first base coach. He sends this one back over to Sam Klein.
Yeah, Huber, who's in the box right now out of Limestone College, batted .439. So he can really rake.
Second pitch, good pitch in there is looked at. Catches the outside corner for strike 2.
And he added that with 10 dingers. So he has a lot of power in his bat. We saw a couple one leave the yard in BP as well.
Great all-around hitter. From the windup, this one is sent down the third base side. It's going to be just foul.
Yeah, if that ended up being fair, it would have been a tough play for Heinrichs over there. And probably a good chance that Huber beats that one out, but on-plate umpire Jim Enright calls it foul, and we'll do it again with Klein ahead in the count 0-2.
From the windup, 0-2 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss there for strike 3.
That's a great start for the Joes. 1-2-3 inning.
So, 1-2-3 inning for the Joes. Sam Klein retires all 3 batters. They'll get a chance to hit and take the lead here in the bottom of the first. We'll see our first look at the Joes bats here at Foundation Field. Game tied 0-0 after the first half inning. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube. ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes. All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us. Back for the bottom of the first here at Foundation Field. Hamilton Joes go 1-2-3 in the top. Now they'll get a chance to hit. Leading off is going to be the center fielder, Logan Castleman. Castleman, 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 walks.
Yeah, so he reached base 4 out of his 5 at-bats. So good on base percentage to start the year, and we'll see if he can get the Joes on the board to start things off.
He had a nice outing yesterday. Good breaking ball in there for strike 1, though. On the mound for the Richmond Jazz today, it'll be Dominick Anderson out of Williamsburg, Indiana. As the second pitch catches the bottom corner of the strike zone for strike 2. Committed to Eastern Michigan, will head there in the fall, but he's, as I mentioned before, from Williamsburg, Indiana. Just graduated from Hagerstown High School, so no college experience for him yet, as this one's up in the air.
Well, he's getting his first college experience right now going
Yeah.
against collegiate ball players.
Going against college players.
Should be interesting to see what kind of outing he'll have today.
And this one goes inside, and it almost hit Logan Castleman, but did not. So now
What we saw
He'll
from
do it
Castleman
again.
yesterday, very patient. He worked 2 walks, and he's very patient when he's inside the batter's box.
Swing, and this one's lifted up. It'll go towards the Jazz dugout, and it'll land, I guess, on top of the merchandise and concessions tent next to it.
Yeah, that tent was a pain to put up, but now Castleman will have to stay alive here.
The 2-2. This one's lined into left center, and it's going to get down. Going back there is Turner, going to 2 here, and sliding in safely will be Logan Castleman, and we have our first base runner of today's game.
Yeah, great start for the Joes. Castleman singled in the first at-bat of the game yesterday, and today he adds that with a double. And center fielder for the Jazz, Leandre Turner, cut it off in time, but it's kind of lacking effort out there and not being able to get it in time, into the infield in time, and Castleman with the wheels gets in there with a leadoff double for the Joes.
Yeah, it looked like just from where that ball was hit and where Turner picked it up that he was going to be able to hold Castleman at first, but Castleman decided to go for it, and that paid off for him. He slid in safely, but it wasn't really even close. The throw came pretty late as the first pitch to Harry Jackson, the right fielder and second hitter for the Joes, is up and away for ball 1.
Yeah, Jackson pinch hit last night for the Joes. Got a walk in the 9th inning. Ooh.
Second pitch falling down there was Dominick Anderson, and pitch was in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, this is a fully turf infield here at Foundation Field, so you wonder if maybe the turf resulted in him awkwardly sliding. His left foot really didn't plant well, and lucky that didn't result in injury.
So we'll wait on the next pitch. Now from the stretch, here comes the 2-0. And keeping it in front of him there was Chandler Skelly, but the pitch was in the dirt, and now Harry Jackson finds himself ahead. It's 3-0.
Jackson really had a successful season over at Lourdes in Toledo, Ohio. Started 30 games, batted .284, and had 4 dingers as well. But just one at-bat from the Joes this season came last night. Was a walk.
And he will 4-pitch walk. So the third pitch also in the dirt, and Dominick Anderson struggling a bit in his second at-bat after giving up a double. Luke Arnold, the shortstop, will come in to the game to bat.
Yeah, Luke Arnold had himself quite the day yesterday out in the field and batting as well. Made some wedge gem plays at short, and then went 2 for 5 on the day with 3 ribbies. First left the park.
First pitch in there for strike 1. Yeah, his double was off the top of the wall. If it had another foot or two, it was going to be a 3-run shot. Second pitch on the way, and it gets by Skelly. Both runners will advance. So a wild pitch there by Dominick Anderson, and maybe needing to calm the nerves a little bit after giving up that leadoff double.
You know, being a senior, just finishing up his senior year of high school, it can be a little bit intimidating when you're facing these collegiate bats for the first time, and you can definitely tell that the nerves are affecting him.
Second pitch outside for ball 2. It's 2-1.
He's struggling to find his command and rhythm up there in the mound, but a good pitcher. Committed to D1 Eastern Michigan out of the MAC. But Joes have runners in scoring position here.
Next pitch on the way. Big swing and a miss there from Arnold for strike 2. We'll see if Anderson can survive his first test here, as you mentioned, with 2 runners in scoring position. He had a 1.6 ERA at Hagerstown High School in Hagerstown, Indiana. Next pitch on the way. It's lined foul up the first base side. And they're going to be really excited up in Ypsilanti to have him on the roster next year. Two the count to Luke Arnold. 2 runners in scoring position for the Joes. looking to take their first lead of the game here in the bottom of the first. From the stretch, and swinging at an outside pitch there was Arnold. He's able to get a piece of it and foul it to the backstop.
Yeah, he barely got a piece of that one. It was way late, or he was way early, rather, and got the end of the bat on the ball there to stay alive.
Yeah, he was way out in front of that one. You could kind of see just based off his stance that he was reaching a little bit, but he was able to get a piece, and he stays alive here.
Just try to put one in play and score a run for the Joes here.
Next pitch on the way. It's a high ball and a swing and a miss from Arnold, and getting his first strikeout will be Dominick Anderson. So a positive play there for Anderson to maybe turn the momentum in his favor a little bit, but now he'll have to face the cleanup hitter, Matt Dietering, the first baseman for the Joes. Dietering did not play last night. His first pitch is outside to him for ball one.
Yeah, Dietering was a late addition for the Hamilton Joes squad, but transferred into University of Toledo from Weber International University.
And yeah, as you mentioned, he was a late addition, but had the connection with assistant coach Ryan Finnerty at Toledo. Second pitch is in there for strike one, and checking the runners there was Chandler Skelly. He won't make a throw.
Dietering is the tallest guy on this Hamilton Joes squad, standing at 6'5", batting from the left side. And see if he can knock one in for the Joes.
Got a righty-lefty matchup here as the 1-1 pitch is on the way. This one's sent down the first base side. Making the play will be Andrew Dietz, but a run will score.
That's all he had to do is put it in play and put the Joes on the board. Got the job done, even though it's going to result in an out.
So a ground out for Matt Dietering, but he does score a run in the process, and a runner advances to third. And now Tyler Heinrichs will come up with a runner on third and 2 away. Heinrichs playing third base in today's game. Yesterday, he went 1 for 4. First pitch on the way. This one's lifted up. It's going to spin its way toward the Jazz dugout. It won't reach there, though, and coming over to make the play will be Andrew Dietz to end the inning. So the Joes bat in 1 and strand a runner on third, but they do take the lead after 1. They lead the Richmond Jazz 1-0. Stay with us. We'll be back. This is Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious.
Back here at Foundation Field, the Hamilton Joes leading the Richmond Jazz 1-0 after 1 here in the home opener. In the top of the second, leading off will be Austin Deering. He grounds the first pitch to third, sending on over as Tyler Heinrichs to first, and he will retire the batter for the first out.
Another 1 pitch, 1 out to start the inning for Sam Klein.
So now Andrew Dietz stands in, the first baseman. Dietz out of Chestnut Hill College in Warrington, Pennsylvania. Appeared in 9 games for them this year. He pitched for them, and then also batted .390 this year. First pitch in there for strike one. Second pitch on the way. This one's grounded to short. Picked up and fired over, and a great play made there by Luke Arnold.
Yeah, that was a tough hop over there from Luke Arnold, but he picked it off the turf and able to get Dietz in time. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's 3 pitches and 2 outs for Sam Klein here in the top of the second.
So Klein starting off with some efficiency, and as we mentioned, with being mostly a relief pitcher, that's going to be key if he wants to go a while here in this game. The first pitch is low to Gerald Buchanan for ball one. Second pitch, this one's lined out to left field. Going back and making the play there will be Dalton Miller, and just like that, an inning that took all of 2 minutes, the Joes go 1-2-3 once again, and they hold on to their 1-0 lead.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Dalton Miller will stand in here for the Joes in the bottom of the second. They lead the Richmond Jazz 1-0. He ended maybe the fastest inning in baseball history in the top of the second rather. It was a 5-pitch 1-2-3 inning. First pitch to him is lifted up. It's making its way towards the backstop, but won't get there, and making the play there for the foul out will be Chandler Skelly.
Seeing a lot of 1 pitch, 1 out to start each half inning thus far. We're on pace for like a 2-hour game compared to last night's game that went over a little over 3 hours.
And imagine things will slow down a little bit, but you never know. Victor Valderrama will come in now. He did not play in yesterday's game. First pitch to him in there for strike one.
And Valderrama out of Rutgers University just entered the transfer portal, so he still doesn't know where he'll end up playing ball next fall.
Second pitch, he slaps this one foul to the right side. Valderrama out of Miami, Florida.
Reminder, we ask that you please return all foul balls to the third base dugout and stand by.
He's got a .214 career average for the Scarlet Knights. Second pitch is up high to him for ball one.
Yeah, he didn't appear in many games for the Scarlet Knights. Just batted .095 and 21 at bats. Had 2 hits.
He's going to slap this one down the third base side, and it's going to get down for a base hit, and he's going to round first as this one goes towards the Joes bullpen, and he will stand up and get in safely to second. So that one just snuck around third base, and Victor Valderrama is aboard with a double here in the second.
Good piece of hitting, got his hands around that one and lined down the left field line for a double to start his Hamilton Joes summer.
Yeah, that's a good way to start it off. That was a solidly hit ground ball that just rolled all the way towards those pitchers sitting outside the Joes bullpen in left field. Now with 1 out here in the bottom of the second, there's a runner in scoring position for the catcher, Evan Ulrich. He calls time and steps out. Now he'll come back in. He was 1 for 3 last night. Also walked once, had 2 strikeouts.
And his single came in the first inning as well.
From the stretch, this one's a bit of a blooper sent to the middle of right field, foul, and chasing after it was Austin Dietering, but he couldn't make the play.
Ulrich's single actually came in the second inning, and as we talked about earlier in the broadcast, the Joes had 6 hits through the first 2 innings. They had 1 hit the rest of the game. So
yeah,
the bats went cold.
Yeah, and they kind of went cold for both teams as well, but then the Steam were really able to find their rhythm later in that game, which was what propelled them to the victory. That game started off really, really aggressively for both teams on the offensive side. As this pitch is in the dirt, a check swing coming from Ulrich. Count at 1-1.
Ulrich getting back-to-back starts to start the 2 games of the Hamilton Joes season out of Ohio State. Did not get an at-bat for the Buckeyes, but getting his fair share of playing time in the early going for the Joes season.
Anderson stepped off the rubber to check the runner at second. Should be noted that another catcher, Sammy Sass, will be on his way to Hamilton after his Wright State Raiders were eliminated earlier today in the NCAA tournament. Second pitch swung on inside and missed for strike 2. We mentioned on the broadcast last night maybe a bit of a announcer's curse. Yeah, heartbreaker from Wright State, give up a walk-off grand slam to drop a game to the Tennessee Volunteers 9-8. As this one slapped really shallow, picking it up and firing over to first is Anderson, and did they get him?
They did.
They did. So the runner advances to third. That was a really odd hit. It just kind of chopped. Yeah, and then as soon as it, I guess the material's the same because it's all turf, but as soon as it hit the green area of the infield, it just kind of died and
had a bunch of spin on it too.
Yeah, it had some backspin and some left spin, and Anderson had to charge it, and it resulted in a pretty close play at first, but Anderson was able to get it over in time. Now Garrett Staten will round out the lineup for the Joes. Big swing on the first pitch and a miss for strike 1. A 1 pitch on the way, and this one sinks into the dirt for ball 1.
This is Staten's first at-bat for the Joes this season out of Samford. Did not get an at-bat over there at Samford.
The sophomore out of Gainesville, Georgia, in the righty batter's box. 1-1 pitch just slides outside for ball 2.
See if the Joes can get another run on the board, leading 1-0.
They got Valderrama on third right now. Next pitch is in there, and this one's slapped up and over the screen towards the park and on the right side of Foundation Field. So count moves up to 2-2.
The Joes last night struck out 10 times in the game, and talking to Ryan Finnerty after the game, he talked about how a lot of the guys were late on fastballs.
2-2 pitch. This one is high, and the count fills up 3-2.
And for a lot of these guys, they didn't get at-bats for their teams they were playing with in the spring, so just kind of knock off the rust and get back in the groove of playing everyday baseball.
Yeah, it's interesting to look up and down the lineup as here comes the 3-2 pitch. This one's spinning towards the right side foul, and it will land foul. It's interesting because there's a couple of guys on this Joes roster from places like Columbia that straight up just didn't have a season for anyone, and then there's some other guys that got redshirted or had injuries and things like that that just weren't able to play this season, and so this early season for the Joes is an opportunity for them to knock a bit of rust off at the plate. Garrett Staten faces a full count once again. He's got a runner on third and 2 outs. From the stretch, here it comes. This one's lifted out to right center. And not able to make the play there is Leandre Turner. And so a run will score.
Leandre Turner over at center field thought that was just a routine fly ball, but then he had to turn on the Jets late, and that resulted in the ball to drop into right center field. And the Joes are now leading 2-0.
So Valderrama will score. And It's credited as a hit, so give a single to Garrett Staten. Now back to the top of the order for the Joes. Here's Logan Castleman.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Staten on the move here. We saw Tyler Thaman, who's coaching over at third base. He was really aggressive with runners on base for the Joes yesterday.
Yeah, it was a track meet, especially early. There were just guys flying all over the place for both teams. First pitch is up there for ball one. From the stretch, second pitch. Trying to sell that one down there was Skelly, but it was too high. It's ball two. So the 2-0 pitch. And a big swing and a miss there from Castleman for strike one. The bleachers in front of us have gotten pretty crowded as we've gotten underway here in the home opener at Foundation Field. As checking the runner at first will be Dominick Anderson. Back in time is Garrett Staten. It's the first time that they get to see Joe's baseball here in a while, and just baseball in general, as Miami Hamilton wasn't able to have a season this year, and obviously their season last year was cut short, so it's been a long time here at Foundation Field since we've seen baseball. A check swing there by Castleman still caught some of the ball, and it was sent up and over the screen. So the count's 2-2 now.
It's good to see fans in the ballpark in general, like watching sporting events all across the country with COVID regulations being a little less now.
Absolutely. This pitch is high for ball three. And it's good, even before I was able to do this, to be able to go to some of those myself. I went to my first pro sporting event, went to a Reds game last week, and it had been a long time since I'd been to one of those. I was really glad I could. Runner goes on the 3-2 pitch, and it's fouled back to the screen.
Yeah, with 3-2, 2 outs, Staten will be on the move for next couple pitches against Castleman.
The payoff pitch to Castleman coming up. He had great contact hitting yesterday, started off well today in the first. Let's see if he can do it again. This pitch is outside for ball four, though.
And all Castleman does is reach base. You gotta love that if you're Tyler Thaman and the rest of the coaches on the Hamilton Joe squad. He's now reached base in, let's see, 6 of his 7 at-bats on the season.
Yeah, because he was 2 for 3 yesterday, but he also walked twice. And today he starts his evening off well. He had a double in the first and would eventually score, and now he's reached base on a walk. So now Harry Jackson, he walked and was stranded at third in the first inning. The first pitch is inside for ball one. Dominick Anderson looks back at the runner at second, and now he's going to step off. Could smell that one coming from a mile away.
Yeah, and Staten was off the bag quite a bit, but no one was there for the Jazz to cover second.
Here comes the pitch, and this one's a good one, high in the strike zone. Count moves to 1-1. Joe's already with 3 hits through the first 2 innings today, as the third pitch is in the dirt. For ball 2, as we mentioned, those bats really went cold at the end of the game yesterday. Things came back around a little bit in the 9th inning, but not quite enough. It was too little too late. The 2-1 pitch is on its way, and a swing and a miss from Harry Jackson for strike 2.
That was a nice pitch there. I believe that was a slider, and got Jackson way ahead of that one. Now Jackson has to battle now with 2 strikes, try to poke one out into the outfield and score another Joe.
He's got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch. That one sinks down into the dirt. And once again, we'll get a full count.
Anderson went right back to that slider, but that one dove low. Now it's full for the second straight batter.
It's been a tale of two pitchers, really. As this one's sent out to center field, and a run will score. Rounding second, and in there safely will be Castleman, and Harry Jackson has himself an RBI single. The Joes extend their lead out. It's 3-0.
The shortstop, number 35, Luke Arnold.
And we're going to get a mound visit here from the Jazz coaching staff. As I was saying right before that happened, it's really been a tale of two pitchers to begin this game. On the Joes side, it's been a lot of efficiency from Sam Klein. He's only pitched, maybe 10 pitches thus far in this game. And on the other side, Dominick Anderson, he's faced full counts a number of times, and he's struggled a little bit with those as he's given up 4 hits and given up 3 runs.
Yeah, we started today's game just a little bit before 7, so that's about 32 minutes of gameplay out on Foundation Field, and I would say maybe 6 or 7 minutes the Joes were out in the field for those out of those 32 minutes. The Jazz have been out there quite a bit, struggling to get the Joes batters out, and now another big opportunity for Luke Arnold to add to his ribby count on the season. He had 3 yesterday.
So the runners are on the corners here. Luke Arnold struck out in the first inning. He was playing shortstop today. He was 2 for 5 yesterday with 3 RBI and 2 strikeouts. He had a double as well. So, coach goes back to the dugout, and now we'll get someone to stand in, and this one's sent out to right center field. It'll get down in the shallow outfield. The run will score. Going on to third is Harry Jackson, and the Joes extend their lead to 4-0.
The Joes' bats have woken up after going cold in the last 7 innings last night in Florence. And they're doing all their damage today with 2 outs.
And if Matt Dietering can reach base, the Joes will bat around. Scores 4-0 right now. They've got runners on the corners again. Dietering grounded out to first in the first inning, but he got an RBI off that play. This one's lifted up toward third base. Owens over there to make the play, and he dropped it. So the runners will advance.
And a runner scores.
And a runner scores for the Joes. Owens walked over, and at the last second, Chatham was right next to him, and it looked like the ball may have kind of tried to go for him, and it kind of fell in between both of them.
Yeah.
And what should have been a routine fly ball, an E5,
yeah.
And that's costly for the Jazz. They already found themselves in a bit of a hole, and now they're digging it even deeper.
The Joes have batted around now.
Tyler Heinrichs will get his second attempt at it. First pitch in there for strike 1. So there's runners on first and second now. And that's a swing and miss from Tyler Heinrichs.
He swung at that ball that was way out of the zone, outside and into the turf. Now he has to battle here with 2 strikes on him.
So he faces an 0-2 count, and Dominick Anderson looking to just stop the bleeding here in the bottom of the second. And a swing and a miss does that. So Heinrichs strikes out, but the Joes bat around. And the Joes get 4 hits, and they extend their lead out, and they will have a nice cushion when they play defense in the field in the top of the third. The Joes lead is 4-0. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, Call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at carefreeheatingandcoolingco.com.
Joe's fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at cboxsports.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and
Yep, it's 5-0.
Joe's lead 5-0 as we head into the top of the third. As Sam Klein will now face Braden Owens. He takes the first 2 pitches. It's 1-1. Sorry, we came back a little late there. We had some issues with scorekeeping and such. Next pitch is in there for strike 2. This one's grounded first base side. The pickup and flip is made to Klein, and he will retire Owens. So a 3-1 put out, and
Batting eighth, the catcher number 16,
Chandler Skelly will come in now.
Sam Klein pitching well for the Joes today. Yet to give up a hit, or did give up 1 hit. Or no hits, actually. No hits.
No hits. Says 1 hit on the scoreboard. I had the same thought process you did
had to
there.
double check our scorebook. No hits on the day.
First pitch was in there for strike 1. Sorry, Sam. This one's lifted up and caught in foul territory by Matt Dietering.
He's now retired the first 8 batters.
Yeah, so 2 outs here in the third inning, and just getting his first go at it is Leandre Turner, the center fielder. He had a missed catch in center field in the bottom of the second. It was credited as a hit, though. So from the windup, the first pitch is inside, and leaning out is Turner. It's ball 1. Second pitch on the way, and this one is up high for ball 2. So Turner looking to be the first player to reach base for the Jazz. Plays college ball at Marshall. Second pitch high, or third pitch rather, high and inside, and now he's well ahead of the count at 3-0. He's out of Southfield, Michigan. And he will 4-pitch walk. So the perfect game no longer a possibility for Sam Klein. He gives up his first base runner. And now the Jazz will get back to the top of the order. It's Tyler Borges, the second baseman, with a runner on first and 2 away. First pitch paints the outside corner for strike 1. Klein has had a really good start to his game today. And pickoff move made over to first. It was close. Turner was bouncing on his feet. He was ready to go, but he was able to get back in time.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much bouncing out of him over there. He's going to be more focused. All right, he's still bouncing.
Still bouncing. The lead's a lot smaller now, though. But he's going to go anyway. Pitch in there. Bouncer onto second and not able to hold it in there. I believe that was Garrett Staten, and it was. The throw bounced in front of him. He tried to play that short hop, and instead the ball skidded out into center field.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad throw from Ulrich. Just a play that Staten probably should have made.
Would have been a close play had Staten caught that ball. But Logan Castleman came in from center field, and also Luke Arnold backed up Staten, so they were able to hold Leandre Turner at second. He's bouncing again like he wants to go. There's nobody at second base to cover for the Joes, and now time is called. He looked like he was doing some almost hand signals or something over there when Sam Klein looked over his shoulder trying to play a mind game or something. This pitch is on the way, and a swing and a miss by Tyler Borges. So after all that, the count is now 1-2. Borges, he will step off and look back. There's still no one covering second for the Joes. Turner hasn't tried to steal third yet, but maybe Klein worried he might. This pitch was sinking, and it was down, now going to third after the whole play was Leandre Turner. And he catches Evan Ulrich by surprise, and he reaches.
Yeah, very delayed steal there. And Ulrich didn't notice till a little too late, unable to try to get him caught stealing over there at third.
So Turner with 2 stolen bases here, now in scoring position. But a swing and a miss, and he will strand himself at third. So Tyler Borges strikes out, and giving up their first base runner of the game were the Hamilton Joes, but they were able to keep that 0 on the scoreboard. They still hold on to a 5-0 lead as we head down to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come
Fielder number 7, Dalton Miller.
The perfect game hopes were ended for the Joes by Leandre Turner in that top of the third, and he stole a pair of bases and was threatening to break the shutout, but the Joes were able to strand him on third, and they hold on to their 5-0 lead heading into the bottom of the third. Coming in now is Dalton Miller. The first pitch to him is in there for a strike. Dalton Miller playing left field today. He check swings on a pitch in the dirt, and he went too far, and it's going to be a strike 2. Dalton Miller, familiar to this field, senior out of Miami Hamilton, the other tenant to Foundation Field during the spring. Originally from Centerville, Ohio. 1-1 pitch to him is in the dirt for ball 2. So the count's 2-1. And from the wind-up, he deals, and Miller fouls this one off his leg. So the count moves up to 2-2 now. Two pitch to Miller, and he's going to look at this one. It just misses the strike zone, and the count's full at 3-2. So Dominick Anderson faces yet another 3-2 count. This time it's Dalton Miller at the plate. Payoff pitch. This one a bouncer over to short rather, and this one's sent over by Chatham, and he makes the play for the first out. So now, coming up to the plate will be the DH Victor Valderrama, and he started his evening off with a bang with a double that he would eventually score on back in the second. That got things started for the Joes and would eventually be a 4-run inning. First pitch, good breaking ball, catches the outside corner for strike one.
And Valderrama in his last at-bat had 2 strikes on him. He was able to pull one down the left field line.
Second pitch on the way, he swings at this one and fouls this over the right side of the field. And from the belt kick and deal, we get the 0-2 pitch. This one grounded to short. Chatham sends over to first, and the play is made. Valderrama retired.
The Jazz trying to go for their first 1-2-3 inning of the day.
So Evan Ulrich will come up to the plate now. He's 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to the pitcher in the second inning. From the windup, the first pitch down and away for ball one. Next pitch, and this one catches the inside corner of the strike zone. Count moves to 1-1. Next pitch on the way. This one's grounded to third. Owens picks it up, fires on over, and that'll do it for things here in inning number 3.
In the third for Joes, no runs, no hits.
No runs and no hits for the Joes in the bottom of the third. Their lead stays the same. It's still 5-0 from Foundation Field. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Tickets are on.
Curious and leave inspired.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008.
Back here at Foundation Field, Hamilton leading the Richmond Jazz 5-0. Let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. At the Elder Panther Athletic Complex down in Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Steam are leading the Ohio Bison 7-0 at the end of the 7th. In the top of the 9th, the Xenia Scouts trying to come back on the Ohio Marlins. They're down 1 run, 8-7. And those are the only other 2 games going on today in the South Division. As the first pitch is wild to the backstop for ball 1. Cale Chatham is the batter for Richmond. He grounded out to second in his first time up back in the first inning. Second pitch is up and away for ball 2.
I know it's just 2 pitches in the inning, but you wonder if Sam Klein's starting to get a little fatigued out there. He came out in relief for Ball State, did not make a single start for the Cardinals.
This next pitch on the way, and it's fouled up and over on the left side. Yeah, Sam, so he was a relief pitcher, and, he's pitched 3 innings. It's more like, I guess, 2 average innings because he's pitched so few amount of throws, rather.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder, how long does his endurance take him here as the 2-1 pitch is on the way, and it also misses up and away for ball 3.
Doesn't appear like anybody's warming up in the Joe's pen.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that Ryan Finnerty and the Joe's staff thought that he would go this far. This one gets lucky, just catches the strike zone. Thought that one was a little outside, but home plate umpire Jim Enright gives the benefit of the call to Sam Klein for strike 2.
See if Klein can retire him.
3-2 pitch. Well, that one was in the strike zone, but it's fouled into the parking lot. Good job by Chatham.
That definitely hit a car. Good thing we're not parked over there.
We are not parked over there. The fans are parked in the parking lot around the community center. Right here next to Foundation Field. Payoff pitch on its way. This one sent a liner. It's going to get to the right of Garrett Staten and into right field for a base hit. So that's the first hit of the game for the Richmond Jazz. And don't think Sam Klein was planning on pitching a complete game anyways, but no hitter gone nonetheless.
There's always a combined no-hitter out there. I was fortunate to call one of those at Indiana this past year.
Those are always interesting, always fun. I don't know, I'm an offense guy, so I like to see a lot of runs, but there is definitely an appeal in that. Seeing a good pitcher is entertaining as well.
The weird thing about that, when I was calling that no-hitter for the Hoosiers this past spring, it was a really boring game until the 9th inning,
Yeah. The 0-1 pitch misses low, and I feel like that's one of those things where, it's entertaining if it happens, but if a guy pitches a no-hitter maybe until the 8th inning and gives up a couple hits, you get kind of disappointed with the lack of offense at that point, and you don't get treated to the no-hitter maybe. Not exactly what you hope for as this one's fouled to the right side.
Indiana's starting pitcher that day went 5 innings, and he walked 8 or 9 batters. He was really off, but he did not give up a hit. And it was just the strangest thing. But it was really cool to call a no-hitter, and maybe one of us will, we'll both call a game this year for the Joes.
That'd be nice.
Where they could throw a no-hitter. They led the GLSCO and ERA back in 2019.
And we talked about talking to Coach Ryan Finnerty. We've had a lot of great conversations with him, but one of those he was talking about, he really thinks this pitching staff is going to be a strong point for the Joes this year. This one's chopped up the middle. Chance for a double play here maybe, but no, they're just going to send this one over to first for the out.
Yeah, get the sure out. Smart play over there by Staten. He might have been able to tap the bag and get the lead runner, but his momentum was not carrying him that way, so get the sure out at first, and there's one down here, and the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Staten charged, and when he picked that ball up, at that point second base was behind him, so I guess no need really to backtrack, just try to get the sure out at first, and that's exactly what he did. Austin Dietering is in now, the right fielder. First pitch in there for strike 1. The runner advanced on that one, so Chatham's now standing over at second. The Jazz still looking for their first run of the game. They had a chance in the last inning. Leandre Turner made it all the way to third before being stranded. This one's going to get by Ulrich, and now making it over to third will be Chatham. That one went right between the legs of Evan Ulrich.
So if you are Dietering now, you just got to put one in play on the ground on the right side, or hit one deep enough to maybe have a sac fly to put the Jazz on the board here in the 4th inning.
It's a righty versus lefty matchup here. 1-1 pitch to Dietering, grounded up the middle, and that one's picked up and got stuck in the glove of Luke Arnold. He wasn't able to make a throw over to first, so it's going to be an infield hit for Dietering, and a run will score.
Yeah, Luke Arnold just couldn't get that one out of his mitt after making a nice play from not allowing that one to get into the outfield and or center field, but unable to get that one out of his mitt to try to get the second out of the inning. So Jazz have a runner on.
So they're going to give that one an E6. It was kind of a snow cone catch from him off the ground, and it just got stuck in his glove. As
I think they rolled it a hit. Our scoreboard guy or scorebook guy next to us.
Okay.
Rolled it a hit in the scoring system.
Second pitch is low for ball one. It's a 1-1 count right now. And that's Andrew Dietz standing in at the plate on the right side. Right batter's box, rather.
Never mind, it's an E6 on that last play.
Okay, so from the stretch, the pitch to Dietz was a swing and miss for a strike. We'll see if Cale Chatham attempts to steal or not. Leandre Turner did it twice. The first time the Jazz had a base runner in the second. This one's fouled off to the left side, or in the third, rather. Andrew Dietz playing first base in today's game. He's listed under the pitchers in the Jazz rosters. This one's chopped foul to the left side. He started in 7 games at pitcher for Chestnut Hill College this year. One-two pitch to him is on the way, and it just misses the strike zone for ball 2. There was that moment of tension for Dietz when he just kind of stood there helpless in the batter's box when he looked at a pretty good pitch, but it just misses. He gets lucky. So now he's going to face a 2-2 count. This next one on the way, he's going to send this one out to right field. It's slicing towards the foul line. It won't get there, but the play will be made by Harry Jackson. He will send this one in. A runner will advance on the tag, but the Joes do retire Andrew Dietz.
Hey, you don't see many guys moving 90 feet from first to second on a sacrifice fly, but heads up base running by Dietering, and it was a tough play over there. It was slicing towards the right field line for Harry Jackson, but he made the play, got the ball in as quickly as possible, but Dietering able to get there at second and scoring position.
Yeah, Dietering kind of had everything working for him on that play as the first pitch to Gerald Buchanan is in there for strike one. The momentum kind of carried Harry Jackson farther away from where he was throwing in the opposite direction. The ball had sliced really far from second base, and getting there in plenty of time was Austin Dietering. The second pitch into Buchanan misses for ball 1. So from the stretch, Sam Klein looking to get his 4th complete inning under his belt. Swing and a miss for strike 2. He's now 1 strike away. Bet you he's not used to going this far, at least not since maybe high school. From the stretch, check swing, and they're going to say he didn't go. That one just missed the strike zone anyway.
Yeah, I thought he might have been called a strike 3 look in there.
Yeah, but Buchanan stays alive. It's ball 2, now 2-2 count. Next pitch on the way, and he swings and misses at this one. So Buchanan, another swinging strikeout, and now the 4th complete inning pitched from Sam Klein. First inning comes through for the Jazz, though. They cut this lead down to 4. The Joes still lead. It's 5-1. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Family owned and operated.
If you're looking for an industry leader in all things related to windows and doors, look no further than Ellie Scofield Window and Door Co. With over 7 decades of experience in providing window and door repair and replacement services, as well as glass, screens, and other products, you can count on them to get the job done right the first time around. Call them today at 513-863-8932.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Back here at Foundation Field. So in the top half of that inning, we saw Sam Klein complete his 4th inning of work on the mound and did some research over that commercial break, and our color man, Sam Newcomb, found out an interesting anecdote about Sam Klein in that last half inning.
Yeah, he pitched in 11 games for Ball State this past year, but the longest outing was 2 2/3 innings, so he's through 4. He's pitching well. No one warming up in the Hamilton Joes bullpen, so we might see him for another 5th inning of work.
Joes get to hit now. Garrett Staten in the 9 spot is up for Hamilton. First pitch to him misses for ball 1. Dominick Anderson for the Jazz is still working on the mound. There is some action in their bullpen. We'll keep an eye on that. This one misses down and away for ball 2. So the 2-0 to Garrett Staten. He had a single in the second, and he would eventually score. Next pitch to him, and it's in there for strike 1. So Garrett Staten faces a 2-1 count now. And this one misses for ball 3.
Movement over in the Jazz bullpen. Can't really get the number. It's 20-something. We have a little netting in front of us that we can't. As blocking review from the guy warming up for the Jazz.
There's a swing and a miss on that last pitch and a bit of frustration from Garrett Staten afterwards.
I think it might be Pat Woltimate.
So we'll keep an eye on that. This one's sent out to center field by Staten. There to make the play is Turner, and he will retire him for the first out.
This might be Anderson's last inning of work for the Jazz. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. And has one down here in the 4th. Struggled in the first 2 innings, but it's starting to settle in.
He certainly did, and you got to think the Jazz would want him to get through this inning. First pitch breaking ball just didn't break quite enough. Misses high for ball 1. And this one's in there for strike 1. So the 1-1 count now to Logan Castleman. This is his 3rd at-bat. He walked back in the 2nd, doubled in the 1st. On both those, he scored. He check swings at a pretty good pitch that catches the outside corner of the strike zone, and now he faces a 1-2 count.
He's reached base in 6 of his 7 at-bats on the young season for the Joes.
From the windup, 1-2 pitch on his way, and it just misses for ball 2.
And out of those 7 at-bats, he's worked 3 walks.
Castleman has just been a base-generating machine as this one bounces before the plate and goes back to the backstop, and we'll get a full count. Logan Castleman out of Taylor Mill, Kentucky, at Morehead State University, faces the 3-2 pitch, and it's inside, and he will reach base for the 3rd time in today's game. Credit another walk to Dominick Anderson. 7 for 8 to start the year on reaching base. Yeah.
That might be probably the league best in that amount of at-bats.
He's just been very reliable from the plate. You almost expect him to just reach base automatically whenever he comes up. At least we have in the past couple of nights. Harry Jackson will come in now. He's reached base in both of his attempts. This one up towards the head. He leans out. Able to keep it in front of him there is Chandler Skelly.
We saw a couple of those last night down in Florence.
Yeah, there were some wild pitches last night in Florence. It was a kind of a crazy game from all aspects. A lot of runs, a lot of stealing, a lot of crazy pitches. There was a home run mixed in there. Definitely an interesting game to watch, and this one's fouled up and over the screen for strike one.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Castleman on the move here.
Castleman, the leadoff hitter today for Hamilton. So he scored in both of his base reachings, and now he will go like you predicted, Sam. Throw on over to second is not in time, and he will reach.
Yeah,
so credit a stolen base to Castleman.
Good jump there, and he has the speed out there to easily reach second, and they're in plenty of time.
It was
a runner in scoring position.
It was a swing and a miss by Jackson, so the count's at 1-2 now, but like you mentioned, Sam, a runner in scoring position with one away. Dominick Anderson selects his pitch and fires, and this one grounded up to the third side. It's going to get through into the outfield. Getting the turn to home, and sliding in safely will be Logan Castleman, and reaching second will be Harry Jackson.
It was a good throw by Buchanan out in left field, but a great job by Castleman to evade the catcher, Skelly, and get his hand on home plate. And now the Joes retake a 5-run lead now.
It's 6-1 now, and yeah, like you mentioned, the catcher, Chandler Skelly, was kind of on the base path as he was making that catch, and a bit of a swim dodge from Logan Castleman to get around him, and then he reached down and touched home plate with his hand, and he extends the Joes' lead out to 6-1 now, and a runner in scoring position for Luke Arnold. Takes a moment and steps out. And check swing here on the first pitch, and didn't see any signal there from Joseph Kimbrough. I guess he didn't go, yeah, so I believe it's a 1-1 count now. So from the stretch, the deal, and that one catches the inside corner. Looked like a slider from Dominick Anderson for strike two. A 2-strike pitch on its way to Luke Arnold. And he swings and misses at this one for strike three. So Arnold, his second strikeout of the day, he's retired once again, and that'll be the second out of the inning. And now coming up will be Matt Dietering, who has reached base once on an error and then had a ground out with an RBI thus far today. So officially 0 for 2, but a positive, I guess, contribution to the Joes in both of his at-bats. First one in there for strike one. And this second one in there for strike two.
And Dietering trying to get his first hit as a Joe this summer. If he was able to do so, probably going to score Jackson over there at second.
Dietering did not play in that game at the Steam yesterday down in Kentucky. This one near his feet. He steps out and avoids it. Count 1-2 now.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of great games between the Joes and the Steam this year. It's going to be a fun matchup every time those two play. Probably the two contenders in the South Division in the GLSCO.
Yeah, both of those teams, they had a heated affair yesterday. Really interesting game. Glad we got to go down there and call it. Stepping off there is Dominick Anderson to check the runner. But yeah, if every game that they play is like that one we saw last night, it'll be a really, really fun season between those two teams. 1-2 pitch is outside to Dietering. Count moves up to 2-2 now. Matt Dietering, junior out of Menor, Ohio, up near Cleveland. He grounds this one to second. Picked up by Borges. He sends this one over to first. Making the catch is Andrew Dietz, and he will end the inning. So the Joes pick up one more run, and they extend their lead back out to 5. It's now a 6-1 ball game after 4. Stay with us. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Hungry Joe's fans? Visit your neighborhood McDonald's. With 6 locations in Hamilton, there's always one close by. Whether you're in the mood for some nuggets, a Coke, or a classic Big Mac, McDonald's is the spot to satisfy your cravings. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pay Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519.
Back here for the top of the 5th inning at Foundation Field, the home Hamilton Joes are leading the visiting Richmond Jazz by a 6-1 score in the home opener in this 2021 GLSCL season for the Joes. Back for his 5th inning of work is Sam Klein, and his first pitch to Braden Owens is in there for a strike.
And as we mentioned in the bottom half of the 4th, Sam Klein's longest outing at Ball State this past season was 2 2/3 innings.
So this is certainly longer than he's been used to going. But he's been up to the challenge. He's performed well, giving up just 1 hit and 1 run. This was an 0-2 pitch that was grounded up the third base side and was caught by the third base coach of the Jazz.
I believe that's Rod Munoz over there.
Good catch by him. 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss by Braden Owens, and another strikeout, another batter retired for Sam Klein.
Strikeout number 4 on the day for Sam Klein. He's really pitched very well today. Didn't expect, we thought maybe 2 or 3 innings out of him just from seeing his stats from at Ball State. And, you know, Casey Grimm only went 3 innings. He usually can go deeper in games, but he's pitching really good tonight.
Yeah, first one in there for strike 1 to Chandler Skelly. And yeah, the general vibe we got from the pitching coaches after last night's game was that the next 2 games or so were kind of going to go similar to last night and using 4 or 5 different pitchers, as this one's sent up high and caught in the shallow outfield by Luke Arnold for the second out.
I initially thought he dropped it, but it was the sunglasses that he dropped out there. So no air on him. He makes the grab for out number 2. And another quick inning thus far for Sam Klein.
Leandre Turner comes up for just his second time here in the 5th inning. He walked and then stole 2 bases before getting stranded at third back in inning number 3. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Leandre Turner, the red shirt from Marshall in West Virginia. He went too far on the check swing and got caught for strike 1.
2 Thundering Herd players on this Richmond Jazz team. Leandre Turner and then his teammate Austin Deering, who's also in the lineup for the Jazz.
And he swings and misses at this one for strike 2. Deering, who's also in the lineup today, is a local guy from Hurricane, West Virginia, but Leandre Turner heading down to Huntington all the way from Southfield, Michigan. He swings and misses at this one. It's in the dirt, so he'll try for the drop third strike, but he won't get it, and another strikeout and another inning by for Sam Klein. So almost like clockwork, very businesslike from him through 5 innings. No runs on no hits, for the Jazz once again. The Hamilton Joes still lead 6-1. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
A partner.
Pfefferly Tire and Auto is your car's home for all of its needs. Whether you just need a quick oil change, a repair, or you're in the market for new tires, Pfefferly will get it done with professionalism and honesty. And with convenient locations in both Fairfield and Hamilton, there's always a place nearby.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
It's a new pitcher in for the Richmond Jazz here to pitch the bottom of the 5th inning. And that is number 20, Pat Woltemate, out of Chestnut Hill College, hometown Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A right-handed senior, appeared in 13 games for Chestnut Hill this year, started 4 of those. Struck out 32, walking only 16. So Dominick Anderson's night is done. After 4 innings of work, he gives up 6 runs on 6 hits. Standing in now for the Joes is going to be... Sorry, can't get that number.
Heinrichs.
It is Heinrichs, okay. So Tyler Heinrichs, the third baseman, looks at a first pitch away for ball 1. Second pitch in there for strike 1. It was dropped by Skelly, but he was able to just pick it right up off the ground in front of him. Counts at 1-1 now. Heinrichs looks at a pitch down and away, and now faces a 2-1 count. From the windup, he foul tips this one into the glove of Chandler Skelly for strike 2.
Yeah, Anderson's day, he went 4 innings pitched, gave up 5 runs. 4 of those were earned, and 6 hits, and also added that with 3 strikeouts.
It's his first time facing collegiate batters, as we mentioned before, as this one's lifted straight up in the air, really high, coming all the way in from first to make the play in foul territory is Andrew Dietz, and he gets the catch for out number 1. So Dalton Miller will come up now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to short and popped out to the catcher in his 2 attempts. He'll dig in the right-handed batter's box. From the belt. First pitch looked like a slider, just missed outside for ball 1. Next pitch on the way, and it's the 1-0 offering, and it misses as well for ball 2. 2-0 on its way, and that one also just misses. So now a 3-0 to Dalton Miller.
All three of Ultimate's pitches have missed outside, so you got to expect Miller that he has the red light here and take a pitch.
The 3-0's on its way. He's going to swing at this one, and it's going to land in front of second, and he's going to reach on an infield hit.
How about that? Not the... I mean, swinging 3-0, do what you want with that, but hey, it works out. Miller able to get an infield single.
He broke his bat on that one, too. It just was an up in the air and fell directly in between Tyler Borges.
First broken bat of the season.
And, yeah, directly in between Tyler Borges and Pat Woltemate. And he reached. So he plays at Miami Hamilton. At Miami Oxford this season, who I did a couple games for, Danny Hayden, the head coach there, would often give his hitters the green light on a 3-0 count, which is something that you don't normally see. But Danny Hayden likes his batters to be aggressive, and Dalton Miller did a little bit of that himself. This one's going to hit Valderrama right on the arms, and he's going to advance on over to first, and the runner, Dalton Miller, will head to second.
Yeah, if you're Dalton Miller, you're glad you got the infield single, because if you get out on that, you're probably going to hear a little bit of an earful from the coaching staff.
Yeah, that's something that...
Because it
baseball,
wasn't a hard hit ball. It was just a little flare in between.
Yeah,
second.
The bat didn't really have much pop in it. It broke on that play, and it just kind of fell. It just kind of died, and just fell right in that soft spot of the defense where they weren't able to get it over to second in time. But that's a play that baseball purists will just not like to see at all. There's an 0-1 count now to Evan Ulrich, and that one misses for ball one. From the stretch, runners on first and second. Joe's lead at 6-1. Here comes the pitch. Grounder to short. Double play ball. They get one at second. They go over to first, and they get two. So that'll end the inning. It is a 4-6-3 double play. Joe's get one hit, but they aren't able to push any runs across. Game stays at 6-1. Stay with us. We'll be back to Foundation Field after these messages. Joe's lead, 6-1.
Thank you for your...
Get ready, Joe's fans. Raising Cane's is coming to Hamilton. Opening June 29th at 1479 Main Street, you can enjoy the world-famous flavor of Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Can't wait? Head down to Fairfield, where there's a Cane's located at 5120 Dixie Highway that can satisfy all your cravings right now. Raising Cane's is a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Hungry Joe's fans, stop by Richard's Pizza before, during, or after the Hamilton Joes game. Order a pizza that was voted #1 best pizza in Butler County, or order one of their famous Italian steak sandwiches at Richard's Pizza, located on 417 Main Street. You can order online or stop by Richard's Pizza for your next delicious meal.
Back here at Foundation Field, Luke West-Pulley, Sam Newcomb alongside. The Hamilton Joes are leading the Richmond Jazz 6-1 after 5 innings. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Still in the game for the Joes is the starting pitcher, Sam Klein. He's had a great day on the mound. 1 run on 1 hit. And he will face another round of batters here in the 6th. Starting with the top of the order, and that's Tyler Borges, the second baseman.
Borges 0 for 2 today, popped out to second base and also struck out in his last plate appearance in the 3rd. Only 1 hit for the Jazz.
This one's lifted straight in the air. Going towards the Joes dugout is Ulrich, and the third baseman for the Joes, Heinrichs, but he wasn't able to make the catch. It went off his glove.
Yeah, that was the tough play for Heinrichs to make. It was going right into the padding in front of the dugout for the Joes, and really couldn't tell where he was at in contrast to that dugout, and had to just flip out his glove and just went right off it.
Yeah, you could tell just based off his facial expression when he was making that catch that he wasn't really sure of himself, as knew he was close to the dugout, and don't know if he didn't have the ball tracked well either, but it just went off his glove, and it'll be a foul ball. The count's at 1-1 now to Tyler Borges.
And that's a play Heinrichs makes towards the end of the season this year. You know, a lot of these players are playing at Foundation Field for the first time, just kind of getting a feel for the stadium and the field.
Next pitch missed, so the count's now 2-1. This pitch up near the head of Borges, and the first really wild one that we've seen from Sam Klein all game long. The count now stands at 3-1. (3-1) pitch. Chopped foul right at the Richmond dugout. Full count at 3-2. Nobody out for the leadoff hitter, Tyler Borges. Borges out of Tallahassee, Florida, sophomore at Gulf Coast Community College. In the right-handed batter's box. Payoff pitch to him, lined over to short, and a great play almost made there by Luke Arnold, but he drops it right as he hits the ground. Wow, when he was in the air initially, he had that catch, but just as he hit the ground, it slipped out of his glove.
That was another almost fantastic play from Luke Arnold. He made two great plays in yesterday's game, and he almost probably topped both those from last night if he was able to hold on to that one.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to lay out and maybe just be a little too far from that one, but he was able to get it in his glove, and they're actually going to credit it with a hit as the runner goes here on the first pitch and reaches second. So Borges steals. But yeah, he was credited with a single just because of the sheer difficulty of that play over at short for Luke Arnold. I mean, you can't really ask a guy to make that play more like you can hope he does, I guess.
He did everything right, but hold on.
This one fouled off and slowly dribbles to the backstop.
Got a piece of Ulrich behind the dish there.
Count now stands at 0-2, and umpire goes over and just to give a ball, I guess, to Sam Klein.
Yeah, it gives him time for Evan Ulrich to catch his breath and gather his thoughts after getting beat up behind the plate. And that's what catchers, with being a catcher, you're going to get beat up behind the plate a lot.
Yeah, he got hit a couple times yesterday, but was able to kind of walk it off and remain in the game, and he does the same here. 0-2 pitch coming to Cale Chatham from the stretch. Here comes. This one lifted out to left. Backtracking is Dalton Miller. He will be there to make the play, and the runner will hold up at second. One away here in the sixth.
Our beer batter coming up to the plate. If he strikes out, dollar off beer. Designated hitter Ben Huber.
Ben Huber comes up. And hold on a second. Joe's pitching coach is going to come out and have a word with Sam Klein here.
For everyone listening, I'm sure you heard about this guy who's up to the plate. He's the most feared batter, I think. And if he's striking out, it's $1 beer. So maybe Keegan Burney, one of the head coaches, he heard that and he's like, hey, I'm going to go talk to Sam Klein and make sure he knows, like,
you got to strike him out.
What's at stake here? Because if you don't get this, if you don't strike him out, the fans are going to hate you. No, I'm kidding. But no, just trying to settle Sam Klein down with the runner in scoring position, because Ben Huber does have the pop in his bat to wreak havoc if he's able to barrel one up.
Ben Huber's DHing today. Senior out of Pendleton, South Carolina, and Limestone College. First pitch to him. Catches the inside corner for strike one, and that'll make the crowd happy.
Yeah, if he's able to get a second strike, the crowd might come to their feet.
From the stretch, and a swing and a miss. One away, and Daryl Grissom up here in the press box cheering. And this is just what you love to see, the type of stuff that you don't get to see when you're not allowed to have fans in attendance. So we're really grateful to have full capacity here at Foundation Field.
See if this place erupts here, if they can get the final
0-2
strike.
pitch from the stretch, and that one's fouled off.
Almost a foul tip into the mitt of Ulrich, and that would have been strike 3, but he couldn't hold on to it.
I feel like it's the last strike of the game right now.
I feel like everybody up here in the press box are on the edge of their seats. Doesn't look that way for the fans in attendance, but
Well, I'm sure we'll hear a loud cheer if this one can get a punch out. 0-2 pitch, fouled off to the right side. Is Huber delaying the inevitable here?
he might be. See if Sam Klein can power one past him. Guy's warming up in the Joe's pen, so this might be his last batter faced or last inning.
0-2 pitch one more time, and another foul ball.
And Huber's doing everything he can to not allow the fans to get free beer. Or $1 beer, not free beer. That'd be outrageous.
And I think you're right. Sam Klein is locked in right now. I think you're right that the pitching coach had a couple words with him during that conference. I mean, he's really focused. 0-2 pitch, but as I say that, a bouncer and a great play by Ulrich to keep that in front of him for the first ball. Count stands at 1-2 now.
I think Klein understands that this is probably his last batter. If he's able to retire him, or maybe he'll probably finish the inning, but he's trying to power one through and get the home crowd rowdied up. He can strike him out.
And he's going to step off here. Maybe some nerves from Klein?
I don't know. Let's see.
The most pressure he's felt all day.
Probably.
The weight of the crowd on his shoulders. 1-2 pitch. This one's grounded to second. Initially struggling and coming off the bag after a bad throw was Dietering, and the runner will reach.
Yeah, Staten's first step was to his left, and then he had to go back to his right. He dropped the ball in the initial fielding attempt, picked it up, threw to first, but it sent Dietering off the bag, and now runners are on the corners, and that might be the end of Sam Klein's day, as Tyler Thaman will come out and grab the baseball. But what a great outing by Sam Klein.
Yeah, what a great performance, as we've mentioned a couple times already. A relief pitcher at Ball State. He goes 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits.
Yeah, he'll be responsible for the guy on third, not for the guy in first. But so his final stat line, not official just yet, but really an outstanding day. The one thing that is official, he went 5 1/3 and only gave up 2 hits. That's gonna win you a lot of games for the Hamilton Joes if he can do that all season long.
Yeah, really a great outing from him. He wasn't able to mow down the beer batter, but that's okay.
I believe Zach Breeden will be in for the Joes to pitch.
So Zach Breeden will come into the game. 4-seam, 2-seam, slider, curveball, changeup. So a lot in the arsenal for him. A freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and another Harrier from Miami Hamilton. So Breeden will warm up here, and I think this is a good time to take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard once again. So in the South Division, the Ohio Marlins were able to hold on over the Xenia Scouts. They win that one 8-7. Scouts fall to 0-2 on the year. And the Marlins pick up a win at home at Olson Park. Of course, our game 6-1 Hamilton over the Richmond Jazz here at Foundation Field. And the final game in the South Division. We still don't have an update past that last one we got, which was the Cincinnati Steam 7 and the Ohio Bison 0 at the end of the 7th. We will update you on that as soon as we get those results.
And Zach Breeden, a left-handed pitcher. He's going to be facing a left-handed bat in the name of Austin Deering.
So, advantage to Breeden, and that's a nice way to maybe ease him into his first outing here. Austin Dietering, the right fielder, hitting in the cleanup spot here with 2 runners on. They are on the corners. Breeden's first pitch of the outing, and that catches the outside corner of the strike zone. Great pitch from him for strike 1.
Yeah, Zach Breeden, he can get his fastball up to 90 miles per hour.
Breeden looks over at first, now fires. This one slides outside for ball 1.
Big opportunity for the Jazz to kind of cut their deficit, which is currently sitting at 5 right now. Just try to manufacture some runs here.
1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss there from Dietering for strike 2.
I think you go right back to that fastball. Dietering went upstairs with that one. Try to throw high cheese past him again. Let's see.
1-2 offering. This one is fouled off the top of the bat, up and over into the parking lot. It will bounce off pavement and bounce off pavement again before rolling into a car. So hopefully not too much damage there in the parking lot. We'll try the 1-2 again. Here comes. Swing and a miss. Austin Dietering is retired. And the first strikeout for Zach Breeden. Nice pitch on the outside corner. And there's 2 away here in the 6th.
Yeah, just powered a fastball right by him there.
So now coming up to the plate, Andrew Dietz, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2. He had a fly out and a ground out. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1.
We've seen Breeden's 4-seam and 2-seam. His 2-seam has a little bit of run on it.
Next pitch, and this one inside and high for ball 2.
That 2-seam, if you get that working, start it on the outside corner and have it run just off the plate. Make guys swing and miss off the outside corner.
From the stretch, this one high for ball 3. So now Breeden needing to relax a little bit, and Evan Ulrich is going to come over and have a word with him.
Yeah, just let Breeden know, hey, Dietz is probably not going to swing at this pitch. Just get across the plate, get it to 3-1, and we'll work from there. Settle down. If it does result in a walk, the bases will be juiced for Gerald Buchanan, who sits on deck. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a fly out to left and a strikeout.
But you never, of course, want to load the bases in a game like this where you could really give Richmond some kind of momentum, where on the offensive side they've kind of struggled up until this inning. 3-0 pitch.
There it is.
Inside corner, good pitch for strike 1.
Say go right back to a pitch off over the plate, obviously, and make Dietz do something with it.
Next pitch, and this one just misses, and now the bases are loaded. Coming up to the plate, it's Gerald Buchanan.
And Buchanan over at Wilson College this past year, 4 homers, so if he's able to put one over the fence on this at-bat, it'll be a 6-5 game. Joes will still be on top, but the Jazz will be right back in it.
Buchanan, the left fielder, stands in. First pitch down and in for ball 1. He batted .396 this year, had a great year at Wilson College. Originally from Olney, Maryland, went 36 for 91 with 30 RBI. And as you mentioned just a second ago, Sam, 4 round trippers. And he's got the bases loaded for him now. Here comes the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. So count stands at 1-1 now.
This is the Richmond Jazz team who put a 12 spot on the Scouts yesterday, so they can hit the ball. You don't want their bats to get hot here later in this game.
Next pitch on the way, and this one just misses up high for ball 2. Taking a moment to collect himself there is Zach Breeden. Now he'll step back on the rubber and get ready to deliver a 2-1 pitch. And it's on its way. And this one way up high. Ulrich had to spring out of his stance to make the grab.
Yeah. Saved a run, did Ulrich. It's a big spot in this game right here. This at-bat.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest at-bat of the game thus far. And this one's inside, and a runner will walk in. So Buchanan reaches first on a walk, and Zach Breeden allows the runner to score. And I believe that run will count against Sam Klein.
So it's going to be Sam Klein's final stat line. The official stat line is going to be 5 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk.
Still a pretty good outing from Klein. But now the base is still loaded, and Breeden has to get himself out of a jam after walking Buchanan just a moment ago. First pitch is up high to Owens for ball 1. Owens struck out swinging his last time up. Also grounded in to a 3-1 putout earlier in the game. Second pitch misses for ball 2.
And Breeden needs to find the strike zone here, or he might have a short leash out on the bump.
Yeah, now that Sam Klein's out of the game and he went a long way, we saw yesterday the Joes aren't afraid to throw 4 or 5 pitchers in a game if they need to. This one misses for ball 3.
Looks like Chase Hopewell is starting to get warmed up over there, not throwing full 100% pitches out there. So Breeden might have to try to finish out this inning.
There's 2 away in this inning, but this one will miss as well for ball 4. So 2 walks. And that'll walk another runner in, and now the lead is cut down to 6-3. So just 2 hits in the game for Richmond, but now they have more runs than that with 3 on the board, and now Tyler Thaman will come out and actually handing him the baseball, Zach Breeden. And so he's going to come out of the game. So maybe a bit of a rushed warm-up here as trotting out onto the field for the Joes will be Chase Hopewell. And like Sam mentioned a moment ago, he was throwing in the bullpen, but he was about halfway in between the plate and the mound out there in left field, just kind of getting his preliminary warm-ups in. But now he's going to have to get loose a little quicker and come into this game.
Yeah, and the tying run is on first for the Jazz here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. 6-3 the score. But Chase Hopewell, 4-seam, sliders, curveball, changeup in his arsenal. At Fenway, he appeared in 11 games, started 10. 41 innings pitched. He had 44 hits, 32 earned runs, and then finished the season with a... Finished the season with a 7.02 ERA.
So he's in the transfer portal. We've just been notified. So he's looking for a new home after being an Oiler at Findlay and starting 10 games, appearing in 11 this year. He's got the Noah Syndergaard look on the mound with the long hair.
The long blonde hair. He does look like Noah Syndergaard now that you mention it.
Yeah, he's got just flows out of the hat. All jokes aside, though, this is a tough spot for a pitcher to come into a game with the bases loaded, and now Richmond kind of building up a little bit of momentum. You still got a lead, and there's 2 outs. So the question for Hopewell is, can he just calm the nerves and pick down one batter and just get out of the inning? I think that's all he really wants to do here. Position players for the Joes will walk back out to their spots as Hopewell finishes up his warm-up. Chandler Skelly, the catcher, will come up to the plate for the Jazz. He's 0 for 2 today. Popped out in the third and flew out last inning in the fifth.
Catcher number 16, Chandler Skelly.
Out of Thomas University, Pendleton, South Carolina, averaged .250 this year, 7 for 28 with 5 RBI. He's got a chance to blow this side wide open with the bases juiced. His team's down 3. Here comes the first pitch from Hopewell. And this one catches the low part of the strike zone for strike 1.
Good start. Make the Jazz beat you. Don't want to give up 3 runs on walks. Make them put it in play.
Absolutely. Second pitch had a lot of movement on it, and that was a really nice one. Fooled Skelly. He swung and missed for strike 2.
Yeah, that was Hopewell's slider, and yeah, that definitely fooled Skelly. What a last name is Skelly.
Skelly.
See if Hopewell can escape the jam.
0-2 pitch. It's on its way. This one fouled up and over the press box into the parking lot. Should Skelly reach base, Leandre Turner, who's 0 for 1 today, will be on deck. The Jazz will also bat around despite only having 1 hit in the inning. And that one called strike 3.
Beautiful pitch from Chase Hopewell. A curveball that froze Skelly right down the heart of the plate, and the Joes limit the damage. Hopewell got the job done, and still a 3-run lead for the Joes.
So they cling on to that large advantage. It becomes smaller, but they're still holding to it. After 5.5 innings, the Joes lead the Jazz 6-3.
The Robinson Fence Company of Hamilton has been serving the community for over 27 years. Receiving an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they have been Hamilton's top choice for gating and fencing needs. Give them a visit at 1635 Howell Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-867-0080. At Smoothie King Fairfield, we believe in helping each guest meet their health and fitness goals. That's why our ingredients are chosen carefully, and every one of our blends is crafted purposefully so you can rule the day. We can find the perfect blend for you with whole non-GMO fruits, organic veggies, and no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. We're ready to serve you a healthy meal on the go with contactless pickup and delivery options. Visit us at 8744 Michael Lane in Fairfield, Ohio, or give us a call at 513-829-0824. Smoothie King, smoothies with a purpose.
Whether you need one surface for multiple sports or a sports-specific field build, the Motts Group is here to help. Their experience ranges from professional sports clubs to educational institutions to community complexes, fueling teams with consistent, safe, and reliable fields. Contact them at 513-548-3622 to get your new turf field.
The Jazz push a couple runs across, but the Joes still clinging to their 6-3 lead here as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Garrett Staten will lead things off for the Joes. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Just real quick, Breeden's final line, just a third of an inning. Gave up 1 run, 0 hits, 1 strikeout, and 3 walks.
Yeah, this one's fouled over to the right side. So Breeden got put in a bit of a tough situation, and he had a tough night, but able to come in and limit the damage was Chase Hopewell. He struck out the last batter in that inning. The slider misses down and away for ball 1. Next pitch is on its way. It also misses outside for ball 2.
Yeah, Breeden has to be happy with Hopewell because he was all 3 runners on base that were left stranded.
This one's grounded up the middle, sliding catch and sent it over to first, not in time. It was a great play made by Tyler Borges to prevent that one from going into the outfield, but the tie goes to the runner over there at first, and it's an infield hit for Garrett Staten.
Staten's second hit of the game, so make it 2 for 3 day for Garrett. Now at the top of the order for Logan Castleman, who all he does so far this season is reach base for the Joes. 8 at-bats. 7 of those 8, he's reached base.
So the runner goes, and it's a bad throw, and because you could see it was bad out of the hand, that gave Cale Chatham enough time to react and just save that ball from going into the outfield. But Staten steals second. Yeah, going back to what you just said a second ago, Castleman only 1 for 1 officially in today's game, but he's reached base 3 times. He's walked twice.
And he was 2 for 3 yesterday, but he reached 4 times because he also had 2 walks.
So he's been a machine for the Joes here. That's a good pitch, though. It's in the outside corner for strike 1.
Big opportunity here for the Joes with the runner in scoring position. No one out on second base. Try to get some runs back after giving up 2 in the top half of the 6th.
Yeah, you could feel the momentum kind of shift, and the Joes were glad to get out of that inning and still keep that lead in the situation, but now they got a chance to turn it in their favor as a slider misses inside for ball 2. Logan Castleman, a Wright State transfer to Moorhead State. As the next pitch to him rather in there for strike 2.
I know it's 2 games in, but I think Castleman might have secured his leadoff spot for majority of the season for the Joes.
Absolutely. He's already got summer ball experience in the Commonwealth Collegiate Baseball League of Kentucky. He was an all-star there 2 years ago, batting .339, and he's looking like he may be able to match those numbers this year. Next pitch to him misses outside for ball 3.
And what's interesting about Castleman is he hasn't played ball since March because he transferred in the middle of the season, or I guess early in the season. And he hasn't played in a while, but hey, he's making up for all that lost time.
Ante to go here in summer ball, but he looks at this one right down the pipe, and he's going to regret that one, strike 3.
Yeah, he knew it too.
Yeah, as soon as that ball crossed the plate, he just kind of flew out one of his hands in visible frustration. Backwards K goes to him, and now Harry Jackson will get his chance to dig in with a runner in scoring position.
I think Staten might be on the move here. I just got a feeling.
He's got a pretty sizable lead off that bag over there in second base. He took a secondary lead, but he did not steal. This pitch is up high and in for ball 1.
Harry Jackson 2 for 2 in the day. He's reached base in all 3 at-bats. Walked back in the first inning.
Jackson played in yesterday's game. Came in late as a substitution.
And he walked again there and when he pinch hit. So
yeah,
he's reached base in all 4 at-bats this season.
He's got to keep the perfect streak going here.
So the OBP is sitting at a perfect score.
Yep, so he's going to try to keep that one going. He fouled one off over the Jazz dugout earlier, and now the 1-1 pitch is about to come, and it's in there for strike 2.
Don't want to leave that runner over there on second stranded. He's over there on second with no one out. Now 1 down. Jackson down in the hold in the count, 1-2.
So from the stretch, Pat Woltemate deals up and outside for ball 2.
I don't know if that was a pitch out or not, but
yeah, because it didn't really look like one in terms of the pitch location, but the catcher behind the plate, Chandler Skelly, just stood up and took that one.
yeah.
Here comes the pitch, and this one's lined to left field off the inside. It's going to give a bouncer, and coming around third and going home safely there, and a runner called out at second. Staten scores. Jackson rounded first, but was called out at second. He does get the RBI, though, and the Joes' lead is extended out now to 7-3.
That was a good piece of hitting from Harry Jackson. It was a slider in on the hands. He was able to get his hands through it, poke one into left field, and get the RBI. He was trying to stretch it to get to second, but it was cut off in the infield and gunned down.
Yeah, because I think Jackson thought that the throw was going to come home initially when he rounded first, but out in left field, Gerald Buchanan elected to try to cut towards second base and just give up that run, and that's exactly what they did, and they got the out. There's a 2-0 count now as the second pitch misses to Luke Arnold.
Yeah, there was actually a similar play. It was Harry Jackson back in the fourth inning. He had a RBI single and stretched it to get to second after the throw came home, but this time the Jazz were able to cut it off and then get him before he could advance to second base for the second out of the inning.
So the Jazz learned their lesson after it happened to him once, and this is a 4-pitch walk to Luke Arnold.
First baseman, number 10, Matt.
Nothing in the Jazz bullpen right now, as Matt Dietering will stand in, the first baseman for the Joes.
Yeah, Chase Hopewell started many games.
The runner goes, and this one's grounded into right field. Getting a huge head start is Luke Arnold, and he's going to come home on this single. Throw to home is not in time. It goes over the catcher's head. And now moving on to second is Dietering, and he will reach.
Luke Arnold scoring from first to home. After he was on the run for his stolen base, the hit and run was on. Dietering poked one out into right field. And then he advances to second after the throw home. And it's an 8-3 game.
So how often do you see that? A runner scores from first on a single, and then that throw home, I don't think it would have been in time anyway, but it got over the head of Chandler Skelly and went all the way near the Joes dugout, and that allowed Matt Dietering, who gets credited with the RBI, to also advance his way up to second. This one fouled right off the head of Chandler Skelly. He looks to be unfazed. He's just talking to his coach now. That one got foul-tipped and hit him directly in the forehead. But he showed no signs of that hurting at all, even though I'm sure it did. There's 2 away here in the 6th. Joes lead 8-3. They've scored 2. They've made up both the runs that they gave up in the top of the inning, so leads back out to 5. This one lifted high up in the air, foul territory, tracking back behind home plate is Skelly. He will make the catch and fall backwards and do a somersault. Couple style points for him as he will stop things for the Jazz to end the inning. So the Joes make up their 2 runs back, and they lead 8-3. It's a 5-run lead once again for them. They'll come back on the defensive side when we return. This is Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is safe and ready for you. Have an injury of some sort? Stop by Tri-Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine located on 3035 Hamilton Mason Road. The physicians and specialists at the Tri-Health Orthopedic and Sports Institute provide a full range of orthopedic care to ensure you don't miss out on a single moment on or off the field.
Joe's fans, in need of insurance, United Heartland Insurance Agency has your back. A consolidation of a number of family-owned independent insurance agencies dating back to 1872, for years they have been protecting the assets of their clients by offering comprehensive and competitive business, personal, and life insurance products. Visit their Hamilton office at 185 North Brookwood Avenue in Hamilton, or give them a call at 513-896-5555.
8-3, the Hamilton Joes lead here from Foundation Field as the sun starts to set and some freebies are tossed out to the crowd here who've packed the stands here at Foundation Field.
I believe the attendance was 520.
Okay, so that's a good attendance. Foundation Field is estimated to seat about 500, so very good crowd for the home opener here in 2021. And they're seeing a good game right now and a great performance from their Joes. They lead 8-3. Chase Hopewell's on the mound for Hamilton. And it's the 9-hitter for the Jazz, Leandre Turner, who takes the first pitch high in the zone for strike one.
Yeah, Hopewell can go the distance. He threw 5-6 innings over at Findlay per appearance.
He's got a big kick in his windup, and he deals, and that one just misses the outside corner for ball one.
So he could potentially maybe finish things out for the Joes, but there is some warming up going on in the bullpen. No catcher involved, just two pitchers over there throwing back and forth with each other.
And a swing and a miss on an outside pitch, and a couple steps towards the lefty batter's box after Leandre Turner leaned out on that one. So the 1-2. Turner awaits his offering, and he will get it. Swing and a miss on a high ball. That wasn't going to be in the strike zone, and
that's what I like to call high cheese. And Leandre Turner fell for it. He went way upstairs, and Hopewell just blew it by him.
Yeah, he had some choice words for himself on the way back to the dugout. He was not too happy with how that at-bat went.
So two batters faced for Hopewell, resulting in a backwards K that ended the bottom of the top of the sixth, and now just a regular swing and a miss strikeout.
Great start here from Chase Hopewell. One down here in the seventh. This one bounces before home plate. It's kept in front of Ulrich by way of his chest protector, but it doesn't matter. There's no one on base. It's a ball nonetheless. Counts 1-0. Chase Hopewell, we mentioned earlier, he's in the transfer portal looking for a new collegiate home next year from Hamilton, Ohio. Local boy coming back to play his summer ball here for the Joes. This one just misses outside. Ball two. Product of Baden High School. Just a couple minutes down the road here from Foundation Field. 2-0 pitch misses inside. I pass Baden every day on my drive to Foundation Field. They've got a really good baseball program there, do the Rams. From the windup, this pitch is in there for strike one. So 3-1 now to Tyler Borges. The second baseman is 1 for 3 today with a strikeout, a pop-out, and a single in the last inning, which he eventually scored on. This one's lined to the first base side, just spins foul.
Yeah, that's a double written all over it if it's fair.
Yeah, and that maybe could even be a triple if it got all the way to the corner. It had some speed behind it, and it was probably a foot or so foul. So Borges will make the slow walk back to home plate, get settled, and he will try again. Count is full at 3-2. There's one away here in the seventh. The Joes lead 8-3. Looking for his third strikeout is Hopewell, and it'll be delayed for a moment possibly as this one's fouled up to the right.
Possibly. Someone going to catch that one? Climb over the fence, go snag it. No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, but Hopewell, he was down in the count 3-0, has worked it now full.
So can he come all the way back? We'll try again at 3-2. The leg kick. Here it goes. It's grounded right to him. He makes a nice catch, and he's able to send it on over to first for the out. So no strikeout for him, but he gets the infield assist, and he retires Tyler Borges.
Good reflexes there by Chase Hopewell. He can pitch, but he can also field there. As he jabbed at that one, it looked like it might have been going up the middle, and maybe saved a base hit and gets the second out of the inning here in the top of the seventh.
Yeah, that one looked like it was headed right for the hole in between second base and the second baseman. Just to Hopewell's left, but he was able to just fly that glove down towards the ground and pick it up and send it on over to first for the out. First pitch to Cale Chatham. He swings and misses on a huge cut for strike one. He was trying to send that one over the elementary school in right field.
Yeah, that's probably like 600 feet. that'd be a nuke.
Maybe just trying to hit the scoreboard. Nonetheless, trying to hit a moonshot at least. That one was a pitch that was pretty far outside, but Hopewell gets a beneficial call, and it's called strike. Chatham readies. Here comes the 0-2. Fouls this one back to the screen. Uh-oh, and the beer batter's on deck. We just heard that in my left ear from the other side of the press box. You know what that means. There is 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch, and this one's lifted up. Looper in foul territory going over to get it is the third baseman, Tyler Heinrichs, and he will retire the side. So not too much action on the offensive side for the Jazz. They still trail by 5. It's 8-3. We will return to Foundation Field after these messages. You're listening to Hamilton Joe's Baseball on YouTube.
The Greater Miami Valley YMCA. When communities get better, the world gets better. Discover how we positively impact the nation and how you can help us, one neighborhood at a time. The Greater Miami Valley Y, your local stop for building a healthy spirit for mind and body for all.
ADG Services is Hamilton and Fairfield's most trusted painting contractors, offering deck staining, sealing, and waterproofing, as well as drywall texturing and exterior and interior painting, as well as many other services. ADG Services is your way to go for all your painting needs. Visit them at 456 Sims Road in Fairfield or give them a call at 513-295-2767. ADG Services, a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Dalton Miller will get things going for the Joes here in the bottom of the 7th as they lead the Richmond Jazz 8-3. Sun is setting here in Hamilton, Ohio. Picturesque night for baseball here on the home opener. First pitch misses down and away. If you weren't able to make it to Foundation Field today, glad you could join us. Luke West-Pulley, Sam Newcomb alongside. We'll have all the broadcasts for you this season for the Joes. Next pitch is on the way, and this one grounded slowly to first, and sprinting over to scoop it up and then running on over to first is Pat Woltemate, and he will make the defensive play himself. Good hustle from him, and he gets the first out.
It's the rare one unassisted ground out, as Woltemate did it himself.
Yeah, that was just a slow roller up the first base side that he charged, scooped up, and then sprinted over to first to get. So we're going to get a substitution here. It's going to be Michael Decker for the Joes, who will bat instead of Victor Valderrama. the sophomore out of Mullica Hill, New Jersey, in Columbia. Bat is completely shattered on the first pitch as he grounds this one to first. And stepping on the bag is Andrew Dietz. And just like that, he's retired.
That's the second broken bat for the Hamilton Joes today.
Yeah, I was going to say. So he gets told that he's going to pinch hit. He comes up to the plate. He completely shatters his bat and grounds out.
Day for Michael
not a great day for him.
Swings at the first pitch and grounds out. Where was that grounded out?
Ground out to first. As Evan Ulrich will stand in now. First pitch to him outside for a ball 1.
So we've had a one unassisted and a 3 unassisted. What's next? I don't even think it's possible.
A 2 unassisted? Has that ever been done?
I don't
I'm trying
know.
to imagine a scenario in my head where that could have been done. Like
yeah, I'm sure it has.
A bunt?
Yeah,
it definitely has. Maybe a bunt up the first base side that he just scoops up and then he races the batter to first base.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It has to be something close to that, right?
Third pitch to Ulrich is up high for ball 2. That's the thing about baseball is if you can think that maybe it's happened before, it's definitely happened. That one hits the dirt, but swinging at it anyway was Ulrich for strike 2. Two-two pitch with 2 outs. As that one was sliding inside, and that one bounced up and rolled on top of the Hamilton dugout into foul territory. Ulrich readies again out of Ostrander, Ohio, the Ohio State Buckeye. Looks to stay alive again here. That's exactly what he does. It's a high foul ball to right field.
Yeah, Ulrich got a single in his first at-bat yesterday in the second inning against the Steam, but ever since he's 0 for 5, so trying to get back in the hit column.
Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play last time. He's going to swing and miss at one in the dirt, try to go for the drop third strike, but he will not get there, and that'll finish things in the inning. He takes off his helmet and gives it a little frustration tap on the ground, but uneventful in the bottom of the 7th. Game still stands at 8-3. We will head to the 8th. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
All Wealth Federal Credit Union is committed to providing for you. Through convenient online banking, home and auto loans, saving accounts, checking accounts, credit cards, and more, All Wealth can provide for all of your banking needs. Located at 6 South 2nd Street in Hamilton, they can be found on the phone at 513-868-5881 or online at allwealth.org. All Wealth, supporting those who serve us.
Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery Services, in partnership with the community, is here to provide comprehensive recovery-oriented system of care and prevention. In addition, we continuously improve the quality of life of Butler County citizens through the support of addiction and mental health recovery services. Butler County Mental Health and Addiction Recovery, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
Chase Hopewell begins another inning of work. He's trying to close things out for the Joes in these final couple of innings. They lead the Richmond Jazz by an 8-3 score here in the home opener at Foundation Field. The lights are on. The sky has turned purple up above the field and the tree line.
Yeah, Hopewell, he's faced 4 batters and has retired all 4. He's able to get out of that jam back in the 6th inning when the bases were juiced. He was called on for relief. He didn't really have much of a warm-up down in the bullpen, but came in and struck out the first batter he faced to limit the damage in that inning. And now Ben Huber, the beer batter, is up. And for anyone listening who wasn't here with us earlier, if Hopewell can strike out Huber here, it's $1 beer. for everyone in attendance. Great crowd on hand.
That'll get them riled up. They've been a little quiet in the last inning. The last inning was uneventful on both sides, so maybe a little more action here. First pitch is a fastball in there for strike one. We're talking with our stats guy, Kevin, over here to our left during the commercial break, and he talked about Hopewell. We already knew he was in the transfer portal. He's got an intent to transfer to a Division I school. Previously played his college ball for the Division II Findlay Oilers up in Northwest Ohio. The second pitch was a slider that almost hit the batter, but did not. Huber readies for a 1-1 pitch. That one, great sell job there by Ulrich, and that's a good pitch.
Fastball that just paints the black on the outer half. Good job by Ulrich to frame that one. And now Hopewell trying to get his third strikeout of the day.
1-2. Taking an extra second. Now it's on its way, and a miss outside.
Wonder if he goes back to this curveball where when he struck out Chandler Skelly to get out of that jam. It was a filthy curveball that froze Skelly.
Yeah, it was
into an ice cube.
Yeah, it really was. You could just see the movement. You know when you're up this far away and this elevated, but you can still see all that movement. It's really, really a great pitch, especially when it clips that inside part of the strike zone like it did a couple of innings ago. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Got him looking.
Another fastball on the outside corner, and like you hear the PA guy, Bill, up here in the booth, that is a strikeout on the beer batter. And the fans love that one here at Foundation Field.
And that got the crowd riled up, and that was great for momentum for the Joes, but don't let that distract you from the fact that that was a really good fastball.
Yeah.
Fast and well-placed by Chase Hopewell.
Yep.
One away here in the eighth. Here comes Austin Deering. First pitch outside. Another one. Yeah, another well-placed fastball for strike one.
He is painting the black. My goodness. Hopewell having himself quite the day in relief.
Here comes the 0-1 offering. And this one misses outside. That was a zip over to home plate, but it was in the dirt and missed off the plate. So the count 1-1 now to Austin Deering. Playing right field, he had a single in the fourth that he was eventually stranded on at second base. And a swing and a miss on an outside fastball there by Hopewell.
Yeah, the Jazz really have no answer for Hopewell right now. Hopewell's retired 5 straight. He's only faced 5 batters.
He's really, really gotten into a good rhythm.
Yeah.
The 1-2. Takes a while to get rid of this one. Now he does. That one just misses low. Hopewell is very serious over there on the mound, but you can tell that he's locked in and he's very focused on the plate. He's performed well thus far.
Maybe he's Noah Syndergaard's long-lost cousin.
That'd be pretty cool to have a guy like that play in Hamilton. This one just misses up and inside.
We say that for everyone listening because he has the long, blonde hair coming out of his ball cap, just like Noah Syndergaard, who's a phenomenal pitcher in the Major League Baseball.
Yeah, can't see that. We'll have video tomorrow. We will, hopefully, for the rest of the season. This one chopped up the middle. It's caught, and he flips it over to first. Maybe he was thinking about getting an unassisted put out again, but just decided to flip that one on over, and that's a 1-3 put out, and that retires the second batter here in the eighth.
6 up, 6 down when the Jazz batters have faced Hopewell.
And so Hopewell's shown out for the fans here on opening night.
He was able to get the beer batter, too. Strike him
He
out.
got the beer batter. Yeah, that got the crowd excited.
Might be a crowd favorite. Or a fan favorite.
Fan favorite this year. Yeah, he's got the style we already mentioned with the hair. He's got the performance. He could be set up very well to be a new fan favorite. This one's fouled up over the screen. Standing in now, it's Andrew Dietz, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2. He walked in his last time up in the 6th, made it all the way to third before being stranded. Next pitch to him, curveball high in the zone that is hit really high in foul territory and gets way out of play.
Yeah, Dietz 0 for 2 in the day, walked back in the 6th. Only 2 hits total for the Jazz. Pitching staff for the Joes have really done a great job on the rubber.
And calling time here will be Andrew Dietz. He steps back in now. He's facing an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. It's down the middle, but he's able to stay alive, foul it back. And a lot of foul balls happening today. Victor Valderrama, whose night is done, had to pick up some from the dugout and run them out to the home plate umpire, Jim Enright, so that we're able to play on. We'll try again at 0-2. Here we go. And got him looking for strike 3 to end the inning. Chase Hopewell, how about that? Another great inning from him. 3 up, 3 down for the Jazz. They can't just seem to find anything offensively. Hopewell has been dominant in his outing thus far, and we will head to the bottom of the 8th with Hamilton still up 8-3. Stay with us. We'll be back at Foundation Field in a moment.
Bridgewater Falls offers guests a unique shopping experience with more than 30 shopping destinations, including Target, JCPenney, Ulta, Best Buy, Michaels, Dick's Sporting Goods, and many more. Bridgewater Falls also has a wide variety of delicious dining destinations. From burgers to pizza to sushi, experience all the flavors of Bridgewater Falls. Bridgewater Falls is located just off the Butler County Veterans Highway, Ohio 129, at the corner of Princeton Road and Bypass 4. Come experience a great shopping, dining, and services in the heart of Fairfield Township, Ohio. At Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home, we don't just care for the recently departed. We serve those who held them most dearly. Our families have known since 1935 that they can count on our honest and respectful staff to provide only the highest level of service. The kind of service that you can't get just anywhere these days. We invite you to explore our site to learn more about Brown Dawson Flick Funeral Home at browndawsonflick.com, a proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes.
They announced the Split the Pot winners over that last commercial break. Great crowd on hand, $150 at stake. And I think that's just a testament to how many fans came out here for opening night at Foundation Field. A great crowd on hand, and they've
didn't
been
appear
great.
like anybody in the stands right in front of us had the winning ticket, so don't know if they'll have to redraw or someone down the base paths had the winning ticket or not.
Nonetheless, still a great way to get some crowd interaction, and a full house today at Foundation Field. Looking at the first 2 pitches is the 9-hitter Garrett Staten here in the bottom of the 8th for the Joes. 9 hits in the game for them, and he chased one that was in the dirt. And no, I'm sorry, I guess the first pitch was called a ball, so he'll still be able to stay alive here. I missed that. So the count's 1-2. He'll get another chance, and this one high for ball 2.
Garrett Staten has really had a good job, Good day so far. 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI back in the second inning.
This one misses down and away for ball 3. Now the count full.
No, he's done a good job to work it now full.
That's been a common theme we've seen from Joe's batters tonight. From the windup, here's the 3-2, and it's a curveball that drops into the dirt. And trotting over to first base will be Garrett Staten. Back to the top of the order we go, and Logan Castleman will come in. A rare strikeout for him in his last at-bat. He did it looking, and he was really frustrated after that last one. You could tell he was just... He's not the type of guy that wants to look at a pitch like that.
Yeah.
As it was right down the plate. And now he's going to get a chance to bounce back here with a base runner. First pitch high in the strike zone, 0-1.
Yeah, when a Joe's batter has reached base to lead things off in the inning, they've came around and scored. Just happened twice thus far tonight.
Runner goes. This one fouled back to the screen off the handle of the bat. Staten got a great jump there.
Yeah, the hit and run was on.
Yeah, we weren't able to see how that played out, obviously, because he had to go back. But we saw a runner score from first earlier in the game off a hit and run. Runner scored from first on a single for the Joes. And now, Pat Waltimate's going to go over and check the runner, make sure that Joes don't try any funny stuff again.
Castleman trying to avoid back-to-back strikeouts.
He faces an 0-2 count here. But hold on for a moment. We're going to go back over to first base. That's a fastball over to first base. Waltimate's whipping him over there. Here comes the pitch. And this one's sent into the gap in right center. Will it get to the wall? Not quite, but it's still going to be a double. Are they going to send the runner home? They will. And they're not even going to throw home. It's going to score another. Garrett Staten scores from first on the RBI double from Logan Castleman. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. And he gets yet another RBI, and the Joes' lead extends to 6.
Yeah, that was a slider, and he was able to wait on it and poke one out into right center field. And like you said, Luke, RBI double. Now a 6-run lead for the Joes.
The fans a lot to cheer about here at Foundation Field. It's been a fun home opener. Not done yet, though. Got a runner in scoring position here, and a big swing and a miss there from Harry Jackson. He hit a single and then was thrown out trying to go for second in his last time up. It was an RBI single. Second pitch misses away for ball 1. It's 1-1.
Harry Jackson has 3 RBIs on the day. 3 for 3 rather. He's reached base on 4 at-bats, walked back in the first inning.
Next pitch on the way. This one hits right in front of the third baseman, gets out into left field. Coming on home is Castleman. The throw home will not be in time, and it'll be over the head of the catcher. Getting on over to second is Harry Jackson. And we'll see if he's credited with a single or a double, but nonetheless, it's an RBI and another base runner for the Joes.
It's going to be a single for Harry Jackson, and now a 4 for 4 day for Harry and 4 ribbies. So probably the guy that you can call player of the game for the Joes.
4 for 4 and reach base in all 5 of his attempts at the plate after a walk back in the first. Great night for Harry Jackson.
So Harry Jackson's, he had an at-bat last night, so a total of 6 at-bats, and he's reached base on all 6.
So Luke Arnold is the batter now. Or sorry, the substitution for the Joes, it's Braden Broom. So runner in scoring position. Broom will come in to pinch hit. Sophomore out of Samford University, Ringgold, Georgia. Did not play this past year for the Bulldogs. Runner goes over to third. Throw is not in time. So now the runner advances.
Braden
Broom.
Last night went 0 for 4. Struggled at the plate, but opportunity here to plate another Joe, and the Joes are actually 3 runs away from getting a mercy rule over the Jazz, who actually mercied the Scouts just last night.
Yeah, so
could be a little taste of their own medicine.
It was a 12-2 decision yesterday that the Jazz won over the Scouts. Braden Broom is facing a 2-2 count right now. With a runner on third, nobody out. Matt Dietering's on deck for the Joes. This one is in the turf for ball 3. Another full count. And there's a pitcher warming up in the Jazz bullpen. We'll take a look to see who that is. This one chopped up the third base side foul.
Or just one, rather. Just one.
So just one warming up. I think the Jazz initially may have wanted Woltemate to try to finish out the outing, but he's struggled a little bit in this inning. Joe's now up to 11 hits in the game, 10 runs. They lead by 7.
Louis Falcone is warming up for the Jazz over there.
See how long it takes for him to potentially get into the game. This one's fouled up off the top of the screen behind home plate.
Yeah, Woltemate started his outing back in the 5th inning. And here we are in the bottom of the 8th.
Louis Falcone, hometowner, sophomore out of Hanover College in Richmond, Indiana. With southpaw. This one's grounded up the third base side. They're not even going to go over to home, but they will get the runner at first. So it's a ground out for Braden Broom, but he does get the RBI, and now the lead extends out to 11-3.
Got the job done. Even though you have now an 8-run lead, every run counts. And RBI will be put to his name, Braden Broom.
This pitch outside, good frame job there by Chandler Skelly. He's able to sell this one inside the strike zone. 0-1 on its way. And that went inside for strike 2. So quickly, Matt Dietering finds himself behind in the count.
It went outside, inside, and now here's the 0-2.
And this one's lifted really high in the air. It was hit super hard out to the right center. Going over to make the play is the right fielder, Austin Deering. And he will do just that for the second out of the inning. That ball was hit really, really hard. If that had a better launch angle on it, it definitely would have left the field here. But instead it was shot all the way up to the moon and then back down. And Austin Deering was able to make the catch. Tyler Heinrichs chases one outside and in the dirt for strike 1.
Yeah, he was way in front of that slider from Woltemate. Heinrichs struggling at the plate today, 0 for 4. He's popped up to first base twice, and the catcher once, and also a strikeout back in the 2nd.
And he spins this one high in the air. First baseman making the catch is Andrew Dietz, and that'll finish things here in the bottom of the 8th. So the Joes finish out their 8th inning with 3 runs. They extend their lead out to 11-3. They're going to get a chance to close it out here in the top of the 9th. You're listening to Hamilton Joes Baseball on YouTube.
At Brown Dawson.
Carefree Heating and Cooling is an AC service in Hamilton, Ohio you can trust. When you are looking for a quick AC repair in Hamilton, Ohio, turn to the professionals at Carefree Heating and Cooling. With a name for completing the work correctly the first time, you can rely on our quality service to get your AC system working like it should. When you need air conditioning fast, call us at 513-268-5164, or you can also contact us online at carefreeheatingandcoolingco.com.
Joe's fans, Chatterbox Sports is your home for high school sports all across Butler County. For live events, exclusive interviews, podcasts, photos, and more, visit chatterboxsports.com. Also follow them on Twitter and Instagram at CBoxSports.
Joes are 3 outs away from picking up their first win of the year here at home, as they lead the Richmond Jazz by an 11-3 score. Coming up to the plate is Gerald Buchanan, representing one of the final 3 outs that the Jazz have to stand on. They're going to have to put together quite a rally if they want to extend this game. Chase Hopewell, who's dominated since his entrance a few innings ago, gives the first offering, and that one just sinks into the dirt, but a great pitch that fools Gerald Buchanan. He swings at it for strike one.
The Jazz just can't figure him out. 7 straight out of the 7 batters Hopewell has faced. He's retired.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that one inside part of the strike zone for strike 2.
It's a very quirky kind of delivery, but I don't know what it is with the Jazz players, but they really just can't pick him up.
He's almost got like a stereotypical pitcher, maybe old style wind up with the really high leg kick, as here comes the next pitch, and he froze him for strike 3 on the outside fastball. Another looking strikeout. And he has just froze these batters today. And that's another one retired. That's 8 in a row. Now for Chase Hopewell. And Andrew Dietz, or Braden Owens rather, will come up for the Jazz to try and get maybe something going for them here. He fouls this one off over the right side. I mean, just no words. Hopewell's been just dominant in these past few innings.
He's struck out 5. He's faced 8 batters.
That's a pretty good stat line. We talk about Noah Syndergaard. That's Jacob deGrom-esque, his Met teammate. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one grounded up to second base. It's just a weak grounder that's sent over, and easily picking up the out there was Garrett Staten.
One more down, or one more out. We got Joe's win number 1.
Chandler Skelly. He represents the final out here for the Jazz. Like you mentioned, Sam, the Joes looking for their first win of the season, and great way to do it would be to do it here in front of this big home crowd on this picturesque opening night. Here comes the first offering. Swing and a miss. Great pitch there from Hopewell. That's strike 1. The 0-1. And just a tad low for ball 1.
And tomorrow night, the Joes will be back in action. Second road game of the year down and take on the Scouts, who are 0-2 on the year after losing to the Bison tonight. Or the Marlins, rather.
The Ohio Marlins. This one is lined to left field, but it's going to slice its way foul. Pulling that one a little bit. Yeah, the Scouts, who were run-ruled yesterday by this Jazz team, dropped a close one to the Marlins at Olson Park up in Columbus earlier today. Sam and I will have that one for you tomorrow.
And we hope to have video for you as
from
well.
Xenia, yeah. Hopefully we can have that for the rest of the season. We'll get that worked out as soon as we can. Down to the final strike. 1-2. Can Hopewell finish it off? Oh, he just missed. Ulrich tried to pull that one inside, frame it just a little bit, and thought that maybe he would freeze another batter, but Jim Enright steadfast behind that home plate. And the count moves up to 2-2. Here comes a 2-2 pitch, and got him swinging. That'll do it. The Joes win. Chase Hopewell finishes things off. 11-3 is your final, and the fans happy here on opening night from Foundation Field. The Joes improved to 1-1 on the year, and the Jazz drop to 1-1 on the season.
And what a great job by Chase Hopewell. He faced 10 batters, and all those 10 batters ended up going into the dugout after their at-bat. He did a really great job. He's going to be a great arm in the pen. He might have a couple starts under his belt as well, maybe come to the end of the season. But Joes get their first win of the season, one of many, we hope, and now improved to 1-1 on the year.
Yeah, great win from the Joes here today. Your winning pitcher is Sam Klein. His final stat line, 5 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, striking out 5 and walking 1. The losing pitcher today was Dominick Anderson for the Jazz. So the Joes will take on Xenia tomorrow at Xenia, and then they will take on the Ohio Marlins back here at Foundation Field on Tuesday. The Jazz will take on the Ohio Bison tomorrow in Newark, and they will take on the Cincinnati Steam in Cincinnati on Tuesday. So when we come back, we'll give a quick game recap, and that will finish off our broadcast. So stay with us for the post game, and until then, Hamilton Joes win 11-3, your final.
For over 130 years, Coca-Cola has been guided by a spirit of creativity, innovation, collaboration, and love of community. The next time you come to Foundation Field to watch a Hamilton Joes game, do yourself a favor and get yourself an ice-cold Coke. Coca-Cola, proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Are you switching or looking for a new bank? First Financial Bank is the perfect fit because they put you first. Their 3 goals is to stay flexible to serve your needs, invest in the community financially and personally, and they tailor their services to your needs. First Financial Bank. When it comes to managing your money, they make it easy, fast, and secure.
Come curious and leave inspired. The Fitton Center for Creative Arts isn't just a building, it's an experience. We are a nonprofit community arts organization that has been a part of the Hamilton community for over 20 years. Visit us soon to see what we have to offer. Learn something new in one of our art classes or workshops that are open to students of all ages. Be enthralled by extraordinary musicians, actors, and dancers at one of our live performances. Stroll through our remarkable art galleries or reserve one of our diverse venues for your special event. Become a part of the Fitton Center and redefine the way you experience the arts in Hamilton.
Kettering Health Hamilton at Fort Hamilton Hospital, founded in 1929, is dedicated to providing Butler County with community-focused health care. With skilled specialists and cutting-edge technology, they feature advanced wound care, emergency care with a Level 3 trauma center, heart and vascular care, maternity care, and orthopedics and joint replacement. Visit them at 630 Eaton Avenue in Hamilton or give them a call at 513-867-2000 for all of your healthcare needs.
Four-Star Mechanical is your one-stop shop for all things heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. With over 100 combined years of industry-specific experience, they're equipped with the design and job site knowledge to complete every project from concept to routine maintenance. Call them at 513-737-1008. If you're looking for an industry leader in all things related to windows and doors, look no further than Ellie Scofield Window and Door Co. With over 7 decades of experience in providing window and door repair and replacement services, as well as glass, screens, and other products, you can count on them to get the job done right the first time around. Call them today at 513-863-8932.
Woman-owned and family-operated, M&G Body Shop has a honest and dependable staff that has over 30 years of experience bringing cars back to life. M&G Body Shop can get your car back safely on the road, providing a wide variety of services including bodywork, frame adjustment, painting, total loss evaluation, window and glass repair, collision repair, alignment, insurance claim reports, and paintless dent repair, and more. Visit M&G Body Shop at 12018 Hamilton Avenue in Cincinnati or call them up at 513-851-9056.
Hungry Joe's fans? Visit your neighborhood McDonald's. With 6 locations in Hamilton, there's always one close by. Whether you're in the mood for some nuggets, a Coke, or a classic Big Mac, McDonald's is the spot to satisfy your cravings. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Are your clothes still dirty after going through the wash? Is your fridge failing to keep things cold? Pate Appliance Service offers superior home appliance repair in Hamilton, Ohio, so you can get on with your day-to-day activities. They are a family-owned company offering fast and reliable appliance repairs. Their skilled service technicians work on a wide variety of brands and home appliances, providing quality repairs on everything from dishwashers to microwaves. Go to their location at 780 South Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard or contact them at 513-285-3519.
Pfefferly Tire and Auto is your car's home for all of its needs. Whether you just need a quick oil change, a repair, or you're in the market for new tires, Pfefferly will get it done with professionalism and honesty. And with convenient locations in both Fairfield and Hamilton, there's always a place nearby.
Planet Fitness strives to create a workout environment where everyone feels accepted and respected. That's why at Planet Fitness Hamilton, Ohio, we take care to make sure our club is clean and welcoming, our staff is friendly, and our certified trainers are ready to help. Whether you're a first-time gym user or a fitness veteran, you'll always have a home in our judgment-free zone.
Queen City Hospice is your local, independently owned and operated center that is dedicated to providing patient-centered care and support to residents of the greater Cincinnati area in whatever place they call home. We understand that our staff is the most important aspect of our organization, and that is why we hire only the most qualified and compassionate individuals in the industry. This is why our care is second to none.
Get ready, Joe's fans. Raising Cane's is coming to Hamilton. Opening June 29th at 1479 Main Street, you can enjoy the world-famous flavor of Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Can't wait? Head down to Fairfield, where there's a Cane's located at 5120 Dixie Highway that can satisfy all your cravings right now. Raising Cane's is a proud sponsor of the Hamilton Joes.
Yeah, go ahead. Welcome back here at Foundation Field. Sam Newcomb, Luke Westpoley here, and we're here with one of the players of the game, Chase Hopewell. Chase, you had a phenomenal game. You came in to a sticky situation with the bases juiced, but you got the job done and got that strikeout.
Thank you. Yeah.
So how did it feel? You felt like all your pitches were really working out there. You retired
Absolutely.
10 guys in order in the 10 minimum you faced. How did it feel to get things going to start the Joes year and get the win?
Felt really good. I had a lot of control with my pitching. My slider and fastball were hitting my spots. That's what really ultimately worked out. But we made plays in the field, and that's what counts.
So now moving on to the rest of the year, you guys get your first win under your belt. Yesterday was a tough loss, but how did it feel to get the first win of the season and close things down for the Joes tonight?
It felt really good, but we're going to have a good season. These boys are good.
All right, Chase, thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
All right, that's Chase Hopewell, and that will do it for our broadcast tonight. Tomorrow night, the Joes will be back in action. They'll take on the Scouts on the road. We will see you then. For Luke Westpoli, I'm Sam Newcomb saying